it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my Asexual. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. So if you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now, post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find the content useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or you just want to give this channel some like love. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In a moment, we're going to be discussing the new ACEapp updates. Yes, I'm really excited to be discussing the very latest one with you, which is really good. I think you're going to love it. So if you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives, 47 asexual stories, love, life and sex, acceleration of asexual diversity book. If you haven't already got your copy of this 47 stories, they're real life asexual stories, the link is in the description below this video. And I'm also the founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. So welcome to tonight's episode. Yes, if you didn't already know, there is an app for asexuals and it is in the form of this little cake. So you can download it from the Play Store if you've got an Android phone, or obviously the App Store for the Apple phones. So yeah, that little icon there, that cake, that's how you recognize it. So ACEapp hadn't done any, well, it seemed like they hadn't done any updates for a very long time until recently, in the recent weeks. In the last, I think they've all been in June actually, including just earlier today. There's been like at least 3 updates. Now this is really good, because if you didn't know about ACEapp, it is worth using. It's even more worth using now. So I have done a review a very long time ago on ACEapp, and I believe in telling the truth. I know the people behind ACEapp, and they are asexual. They're very good people, and you know, they do a lot for one of the co-founders does a very lot for asexuals in the asexual community. So I always appreciate when someone brings something out like this, and it's free to use. It does have advertise on it, but hey ho, they do have to pay for the upkeep of it somehow, right? You know, and I haven't seen any ads on there for a long time actually, so I don't know if it's a sense that they don't have as many on there. But you know, I haven't actually seen many lately, but maybe that's because if I see them, I don't take any notice of them. So maybe someone's noticed that when they've still got the ads on there or not. I haven't particularly noticed for a while, which I'm really glad about, because they could be a bit annoying when they kept popping up. But I realise they have to have something on there to keep the app going and pay for people to update it and stuff like that, right? So the good excellent thing, I'm so glad they finally listened, is they finally got a report button. So when you go through the different things on ACEapp, they've made a number of other improvements as well, but the report profile button is the main thing everyone's been dying to have on there for absolutely ages, to stop all the scammers and spammers. So this is ACEapp. So the profile thing at the top is where you have your own profile. Then bake cake is when you literally flick through people, a bit like Tinder. But obviously this is meant to be for asexuals, this app, although there are people that are not asexual on there. So that's where you flick through people. Now, when you go to bake cake, it comes up with different people's options, you know, to flick through. I don't think it's good for me to show too much of these people, because I don't know if they're out or not yet. But I mean, they haven't got their picture the right way around anyway. But basically, you can just swipe past these people like this. I'm not going to do it too much on the screen. So, you know, you can swipe through it to see if anyone's suitable. Now, something that wasn't around before that is actually around now, finally, is the people's, I don't know if you can see that, it's where the person lives, and the report button. There is finally a report button. I'm not telling you to report this person. This person's been on here for a very long time and very genuine asexual, but I'm just trying to show you that they're, you know, like when you go through here, each person's profile now has got a report button on it, yeah? So this is really good, because there is a lot of there has been quite a lot of scammers and spammers on there. Thanks for putting the thumbs up. So, you know, which has been a shame because I really like the team behind ACEapp. I really like the whole thing of how easy it is to use. There is some, you know, like sometimes it's hard to get into the app in the past. So, you know, there has been issues like that, but overall it is easy to use once you know how to do it. So, you know, and I just like the fact there's access to a lot more people. And here they've made it better at the bottom as well. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot, there's these actual symbols at the bottom. You can see them more now. So again, the person, the little head with the shoulders is your own profile. The little chat bubble is the messages. The star is where you favorited profiles. The smileys, if I remember, gets you through to people who are online now. And then you go back to the baked cake, which is the little thing, that the little square with the two little sweating things on there basically indicates that you're swiping. So you can easily access like all these buttons now, whereas you used to have to keep going back before. So you used to have to go on these, there's little ellipses. There's 3 ellipses, and when you press that it comes up with this. So you can get into the menu this way, and there's more obviously options there. But a lot of the time now you have the symbols down below, so you don't actually need to keep going to this all the time, which is really, really good. That's another really good improvement they've made. You know, if you keep seeing my screen go red, it's the way this phone interacts with my Mac. I don't know what happens, but it sends it red. And so it like reflects red off the screen. So it's kind of weird. But since they've done the update as well, so they show now basically where the person lives in the corner as well. So they show where the person lives, as well as show, you know, as well as showing, you know, the report button on everyone's profile. So that's really good. And I love the fact they've got these buttons down below now. I think they're really, really good. It's a much more slicker design as well. So basically, when you go on people's profiles, let me see, the whole, you know, it's changed. I don't know if I can show you, but it's basically changed because it's a lot more up to date. It's a lot more kind of like visually stunning. Do you know what I mean? Sam, I just dated it. Good to see they have a report button now. I do like the new design. That's brilliant, Sam. I was actually just about to use your profile because I know you're out about being asexual. If I can find your latest one to show how good it is. I think I can find you here. Or have you got, I don't know. Is this your new one? I think this is your latest one. But I'm not sure if you had a new one. Oh, hi, Megan. But I know you're out about being asexual, so you won't mind. But if you look here, it's a lot more sleeker design. Do you see what I mean? That the typeface is a lot better. You know what I mean? It's just a lot more tighter, nicer looking there, Sam, in their mega great suit, Star Trek. Sam's my best friend in chat. I should be on active. I expect you are on active, but I was a bit hesitant to put everyone that's on active on the screen. But I found you anyway from our message a while ago. Oh, you mean on your new profile, do you? Or is that the profile you're still using? But good point. Well, I think that's the one you're still using, isn't it? Because I know you had to create a new one. I've still got your old one here as well. But yeah, so but yeah, I mean, I just think the typeface is far nicer, you know, far nicer. It's just more neat, compact, but it actually, that's the old one I can't log into. Oh, bless you. Oh, well, I probably can find you on active now. But yeah, so there is still obviously a few issues when Sam can't log into their old profile. So there's active now, but I don't know if, I mean, the active now, I don't really want to be showing everyone's faces, but basically there's different people that come up in active now. And it's just very, very, very interesting. You can flick through them. I was trying to see if I can find Sam on there at the moment, but there's so many people that come up in active. I mean, you could be here for a long, long time. So when there's, I don't want to really, I've got to be careful because I don't want to like, give people's like things away. But how can I show you without showing you too much? See what I mean? It comes up with these people here. I'm trying to hide them a bit so you can just see who's actually active now. Megan, very, very nice. So I just think it's a lot better. I think they've done more security now after you can register by Gmail now. You can log in that way. I think Sam said they logged in via Facebook, which wasn't on there with the first update. It's you're in your red uniform. I'll probably have to find you later. I mean, there's just tons and tons of people. Oh, right, here you are. Found you. So this is Sam's latest profile. I rather like the starship behind. So yeah, you can see that the Sam doesn't mind me showing you, so it's fine. Me, yeah, Sam, it's you. Woo, 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 woo. My best friend. You're so awesome. Look at Sam's fine Starfleet uniform, people. Are we looking? Yes. So do you see just the tight face? Really cool, dude. Yeah, but someone said they couldn't see me well in the one on the Enterprise. This is true. It is a clearer picture of you. Star Trek is truly the best though. Oh, don't get Sam started on Star Trek. I'll just go out the room now, shall I? Because two can chat for 3 hours. No, Sam's great. Sam loves Star Trek. It's one of their favourite topics to talk about, so I'm sure they'll be very happy to talk to you about it. But yeah, I mean, I don't watch TV, but I have seen some Star Trek movies, obviously. I've been to the cinema to see Star Trek movies. So yeah, so it's very, very good. Sam's got more than one Starfleet uniform as well. But the text is just a lot more nicer as well. I just think it's a lot more sharper. Let's have a look at your it did. I was trying to see if it was going to come up with your oh yeah, there's also obviously don't do this to there's also another report button in the corner. Obviously don't do this to Sam. They're my best friend and they're awesome and they don't need reporting. But I'm just saying there's a report button in the top corner there as well, which wasn't there before. I rewatch them all the time, currently on my DS9 rerun. It's good. Megan's father rewatches Star Trek every month. I think it's good. Yeah. Yeah, it's very good. I do like superhero movies myself. I'm really into superhero movies. So anyway, I do think you can update your location quite easily as well, which is good. But I don't. Yeah, you can use the device. Oh, it won't. It's having a bit of a whoop whoop moment now. Oh, I've just gone out the app now. Location not working. I didn't want to enter it in the end. Megan, that's really good. I'm glad the report button is there in case if some people are pretending or joining with bad intentions. Yeah, so there has been people on this app before. I am very honest because I do know, like I said, I know the people behind this app and they have good intentions. You know, they want more asexuals to meet up with each other, more asexuals to talk. It's good that they finally listened because I think the community for a long time has been saying, you know, there needs to be a report button. I said about report button. There has been a report button on there before for a long time, but it's usually means to report bugs in the system, not an actual way you can report them directly. You could use that, but it's obviously, you know, you don't want to be keep having to scroll on the, you know, go back and hit because you can go back here and do the help and feedback, you see, but that isn't exactly the same as a proper report button. And I know the person who's carrying this said to me once, well, you can just like let us know which ones to, you know, which one is no good. But I mean, there's so many that used to be on there that are scammers and spammers. And I said quite a long time ago, there just needs to be a report button actually on the person's profile. So you can just click report and report them because, you know, for user experience, a user doesn't want to have to be going and using the help feedback, which is usually used for bug reporting, and even emailing or doing some other way is too much of an inconvenience for users when they're when they're moving. A lot of these people that are using this app, we use it on our lunch breaks, we use it on maybe when we're going somewhere on the train or bus, wherever we are. Really, we're not necessarily gonna sit there and email, or necessarily doing the help and feedback, which is usually used for bugs, isn't really good. And email is just it's just too much inconvenience. But this is great that they've got this on there now, because it's been long overdue, to be honest. I'm glad they finally listened, and I'm glad they've done like about 3 updates and I don't know, the last couple of weeks. So I think it's been really good. Sam, I don't know how to delete that old account as I can't access it. I would try and talk to Raj, maybe. See if he can come up with any advice, because he's one of the co-founders of it. Yeah, because I don't think there's any way you can delete it if you can't access it. I think someone in the I think the guy who does the if you've used the help feedback thing, because that's like a bug with the system, if you use that help feedback thing there, if you've used that and you've had no joy there, maybe message the person on Raj on Facebook and see if he can do anything. Because you can, obviously there's a delete account button there, but you need to get into the account to delete it. Do you know what I mean? And I think you had problems trying to delete one before, didn't you? So Ace Man Richard Howard. Oh, hello, Richard. Nice to see you. Lots of love. So, there is like, there's a help section, guide and troubleshoot. I've messaged help quite a bit about stuff recently. I saw message Raj. Yeah, so they've got this thing on here now, which is a bit different. This looks like a new update. Guide to ACEapp troubleshooting, safety, security, and privacy. Looks like they've updated that, or I haven't noticed that before. Yeah, guide to ACEapp troubleshooting, safety, security, and privacy. So it looks like they've actually oh right, so they've now got getting started guide on there, account profile. So that's really helpful. I think that's a really good thing. They've obviously spent some time doing this. How do they create an account? How do I delete my account? For security purposes, if you want to delete your account, you'll need to do it directly on the app. Please note you'll permanently lose all your data, messages, bookmarks, and other information associated with your account. Tap the profile icon at the top of the main screen, scroll down, select delete account. Note, deleting the ACEapp application does not delete your account. Keep in mind, if you want to use ACEapp again after deleting your account, you'll have to create a new account. So yeah, I think message Raj, Sam. So they've got, so this has obviously been updated now. How do I report someone? So you've got all this on here for your usability. I think this is a very, very good thing. To report a user, drag right on the home screen and open navigation drawer, select settings, select chat with developer, send a screenshot of the profile you want to report, and write the reason behind reporting. Right, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they've just put that on there or if they put that on there before, because I mean they've done 3 updates, but I didn't notice this before. But yeah, but you've got an actual report button now, so I wouldn't have thought you have to do all that. Drag right on the home screen, open navigation drawer, select settings, and then chat with developer. I think send a screenshot of the profile you want to report and write the reason behind reporting. I think now you just click the report button. So maybe they updated this bit a while ago, but they didn't update the fact that you can now hit the report button, because this is only this report button has only just happened in like the last 24 hours, basically, from what I understand. The 18th it came through on my phone. So I think it's good that they've got this on there now. I think it's very good. Now I'm just trying to get back to the main app. So now I'm trying to get back to the main app. Right, you just click on the back button. So you've got mail, talk to developer, delete account. So yeah, I think this is good that they've done this now. So yeah, I think it's good, Megan. That's definitely very helpful. Yeah, I think it's a lot more helpful. I just think it's a nicer layout. I noticed there's more people from the UK on here as well. I don't know how that's happened, but there seems to be far many more people from the UK. Thanks for the thumbs up. So I'm really happy about that, because there seems to be more people in the UK, more in the age group I'd be interested in, more chance of talking to someone, more chance of meeting someone. So I do think this is a big help as well. I think, you know, they've you know, they have waited a long time to do updates. You know, a lot of there wasn't much new stuff till 2017, I don't think. But so they're kind of long overdue. But hi Eddie, nice to see you. It was long overdue, but I think it's good. I think it's really good, because you can get scammers and spammers on there. You know, I've had people that are sugar daddies wanting a sugar baby. You know, they want basically to give you money for sexual stuff. It's disgusting. And so hopefully, you know, it's going to be a lot better now. We're going to be able to report people. Hopefully they'll get them sorted out quicker, and it'll just be a lot nicer atmosphere again. Because when ACEapp first started, it was really, really, really good, in the sense there wasn't, you know, all these scammers and spammers. There might have been the odd one, but not the influx they started to get on there. It was getting very bad. But now I'm really happy, because, you know, the user face seems a lot more modern. There seems a lot more effort being put into it. The actual whole general layout's better. There's more security to get into the app and to create an account. There's more help. There's a report button. It's more clearer where people live. So I think that's really, really good. Sugar cookies are better. Yeah, I totally agree, Megan. Sugar cookies are much better, even though I can't eat sugar. I can just look. Ace Manager Tower, I had a lot of them before the update. Oh, but the scammers and spammers, or the sugar daddies, Richard. You didn't get any sugar mummies, did you, on there? Oh my gosh. You know, I'm an asexual cougar. I'm open about it. I'm not a sugar mummy. You know, I don't pay young guys for anything. I can easily get a young guy for sex if I wanted that. I really don't want that. Do you know what I mean? It's not difficult. It's more difficult for me to get an asexual younger guy than it is a sexual younger guy. I don't need to pay him. Oh dear me. Scammers and spammers. Yeah. I know my friend Sam, who's in chat, they had a lot of spammers and scammers as well, particularly spammers. A lot of them were from the USA, by the look of it. Well, they said they were. So, you know, you kind of like knew what to look for after a while, which is a bit sad when there's a pattern to it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like it happens that often. You can actually see a pattern. It's good in a way because it protects you, but it's kind of like not another one. Do you know what I mean? But I'm really, really happy. You know, I just think it's just much more better now. I still get, I mean, I still get some people being a bit idiotic on here. Like tonight, right? I got this guy. I said being idiotic. I didn't say he was scamming, but he's just being idiotic. You know, it's like I think you can still block as well. Oh right, yeah. So just to let you know that when you go through a message, oh gosh. I'm trying to like see if I can cover this person up. Right, just to let you know, oh, if I can cover up, I'm showing you him. Right, oh, it goes off because I got my hand over the phone. But basically, there is an actual. There's still a button further up in the messages where you can actually block a person. So it comes, I don't think, yeah, I can't really do it very easily, but basically where you're trying messages, there's these three like ellipses. It moves when you do the screen, but it has an option to still block people, basically. So you can still block people as well as report them. So some people don't even know the block's there. People don't, they're like, I didn't even know there was a block, but there's been a block for a very long time. Ace Marriage at Tower, of course I played along since that is what I do on my other channel. Oh yeah, you do the scamming thing, don't you, Richard? Where you bring to light scammers. Oh, I don't bother playing along. I just block them because I don't do it. You know, I just haven't got the time, and I don't do it. I mean, I do talk about scammers and spammers on this channel, but I don't center my whole channel around it. Oh yeah, Sam didn't know they had a block thing on ACEapp until I told them, because a lot of people probably didn't even know that. So they didn't have a report button. They used to have a block button, which is in that like top left hand corner, like I was trying to tell you, without showing you all that person's profile. There's a little ellipsis thing, the three things there, where you just like block. I don't think you can really see this person anyway. But yeah, this guy was being a bit of an idiot. I don't know if you've ever had a scenario where you talk to someone and they basically repeat back to your own words as much to say they're fresh words or something. So this person said hello to me, right? And I say in my profile, I'm looking for someone basically in the UK, right? But this person is in the United Arab Emirates, right? And they're saying, looking for a long-term relationship, text me if you're interested. And they give you their Instagram thing profile, right? So anyway, you know, they are in the United Arab Emirates. I'm in the UK. Clearly, I'm not going to be going over that, right? So he said hello, and I said hi. I see you live so far away. I'm looking for a guy in the UK. I am not into marriage at all. I am a non-mover. I think that quite clearly says that you live far away. I'm looking for someone in my country, and can't move. I'm not moving, right? I think that clearly sums everything up. And he's like, I'm not in UK. I'm in United Arab Emirates. Well, that's what I said. He lives far away, and I already said that I'm looking for a guy in the UK. So why is he telling me that? Well, I said, yeah, exactly. No good, but I wish you luck. And then he's like, laugh out loud, thank you. Then he's saying, if I may ask, why do you need what do you need a guy for? So I said, I don't need a guy, but I would like to find a suitable romantic relationship in the UK with the right guy. I could ask you the same. And he goes, that's why I'm here too. I thought, yeah, but you're not here to find someone in the UK. But you know, I just, you know, like when he's saying, I said that basically, I see you live far away, and then he's like repeating, yeah, I don't live in, and I need someone for UK, and then repeating back, I don't live in the UK. It's like, well, I've just basically said that. You know what I mean? Ace marriages out. Of course, I report them first, then play. Yeah, I played along once at the very, when I first came across a sugar daddy type of person. I played once because I did a video about that on my channel live stream, and basically he was saying he was going to give me money. I'm like, that's fine. You can just pay it into my PayPal. He's like, oh no, I can't do that. It's bank transfer only. I need your bank account details. I thought, I bet you do. I'm like, no, it don't work like that. Thanks. I mean, if he wants to give me money, he can give me money, but I ain't going to do anything for it. But yes, of course he didn't. He just want bank account details, so then they can scam you out of money once they've got your bank account details, and do things like money laundering and all the rest of the rubbish they get up to. But this particular guy, I actually checked him out on Facebook because he used his name he used on Facebook, and he had three different profiles on Facebook, all with his photograph on in different, like, you know, looking slightly like they got different pictures, and they were to do with sexual girls. You know, clearly not asexual. So it just was a bit gross, to be honest. But you know, it's like I get people from abroad, and I don't mind them approaching me. Maybe if they can actually come over to the UK. But the majority of even the genuine asexual guys, the majority of them are non-movers, and also you know, they're non-movers, and you know, I'm not moving. I want someone in the UK, you know, so I don't really see the point in starting anything with someone abroad. I don't want a long distance relationship. I'm not into them. It's just not me. I'm a hyper-romantic. I need someone here to kiss and cuddle, not someone millions of miles away. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I am, you know, and I don't want to move. and up sticks. If they don't want to move, then it's never going to happen, is it? Do you know what I mean? And it's very difficult to get in the UK. Well, it's not difficult for some people, but for the people who seem to talk about coming over here, it's very difficult. But the people that are already over it, obviously, it was difficult for one guy in my city to come over here from Egypt. He told me he had to work his butt off to get in here. It was very difficult. But yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that ACEapp has had some updates in case you didn't already know, and they are making a lot more improvements in a much more quicker time. And I do think the report button is so good. I'm really, really happy to see that on there, because it was getting, I think, a bit of a joke with all the scammers and spammers on there. It's just like, here's another one. How many have we got today? Let's count them. Do you know what I mean? And it's a shame, because it spoils the experience for the people that are genuine. And I know there's genuine people on there, because I'm on there, Sam's on there, other people are on there that I know. And I've had a couple of people come to my asexual meetups that I've met on ACEapp. I've managed to get them to come. Like one travelled 12 hours each way on a bus just to come to a meetup. And that's how I met him on ACEapp. 12 hours on a bus to my meetup. I stayed in a B&B, and then another 12 hours back. It's like pretty incredible. One, it's incredible I can get someone to do that, come to a meetup in my city all the way from that distance. They lived in Newcastle in the UK, and I live in Exeter and Devon in the UK. If you look on a map, it's quite a long way away. And yeah, they came all that way. So it's like, not only did I get them to come by what I said and how I talked to them, but also, they did spend all those hours on a bus, which is incredible. And that was thanks to ACEapp that I got to meet them. We're still friends on Facebook, but that person doesn't really speak to me anymore. I mean, I think they might have been interested in me romantically a bit, because they want to know about why I didn't want children. And I said, because I just don't, and they're like, well, wouldn't you adopt? And I'm like, no, I just wouldn't adopt. I don't want anything like that. I don't want kids, they're on the more grey end of the spectrum. They were 20 at the time, like 21 in a few weeks. And they did say they don't care about age, just like girls with blonde hair, long blonde hair. And so, yeah, and I did actually get on really well with them. But, I'm not into having kids. So I think that was why they maybe they travelled a little bit to find that out a bit more about me as well. But they also want the experience of a meetup, because they hadn't been to one before. So that was really good. And I had another person who I met on Asexuality, but also they were on here as well, but I met them on Asexuality. They came and travelled a long way, Brighton, to come to a meetup, which isn't as far, but it's still quite a way. And I met another guy who lives in Wales, I think it was, on ACEapp, and he actually was just on ACEapp. I knew him, and he came to a meetup as well. So, there are opportunities to meet people in person from the app. So that's good, Oh, hello, Liam. Hello. Hi, beautiful Sandra, says Liam. Oh, lots of love. Thank you, Liam. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So yeah, on ACEapp, I have had some people, and I know a lot of people who I come across, they say, oh, I saw your review of ACEapp on your channel. That's why I joined. So I do know that obviously, thanks for the thumbs up. I do know that, even though I know the people behind ACEapp and I think the team's good, I do like to give an honest review and not say that everything's good on there if it isn't, because I think I have a duty of care to the people on this channel to let them know, if there isn't. Thanks for the thumbs up. I love you lots. And so, I think it's important, but I am really glad they finally listened and all these updates, it's not just been one, it's like been 3 updates in the last 2 weeks. Really glad there's a report button on. There's like 2 ways to report the person now, and I think that's good. And like I said, I do like the opportunity to bring people together. Sam, I've got a Facebook friend from mainland Europe I met through ACEapp, a fellow Star Trek fan. Yeah, that they've been really good, haven't they, Sam? they've been keeping in touch with you. I've made some friends on Facebook through it, but the fact is they haven't really spoke to me when that's happened most of the time. One of the people lately, it's because I'm a hyper romantic and I have too much romantic feelings for that person when I talk to them. So that was actually me lately, that I had to stop talking to them. That wasn't anything to do with them, but I mean, they were more talking to me on ACEapp, even though we connect on Facebook anyway. So that particular person, it had nothing to do with them. But, quite often I find they go over to Facebook and then they just stop talking to you. And it's like, what? You're really talkative on ACEapp? What happened? You know what I mean? Which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, you met a very nice person on there, didn't you, Sam? So that's good. They keep in touch with you. And I'm really, really pleased that you've met a good person on there, So there are some success stories. I know one person met their girlfriend on ACEapp. They thanked me very much because they said it was me who got them interested in it and they signed up. But I don't think they're actually with that girlfriend anymore. I think they split up with them. But, they originally found them through ACEapp because they said that I mentioned ACEapp and thinking one of my, obviously a previous video, I think I put it in one of my newsletters as well. So I think that's how they found out about it. So they definitely said it was through me anyway. So I just, it's always worth doing these things. You just got to err on the side of caution. I mean, obviously now they got a report ban. It's going to feel a bit more safer again, a bit more secure again, a bit more like we're getting more back to actual asexual community there rather than like any kind of person just flying in. Do you know what I mean? And I think, with the extra security measures of signing in, I think that's going to help a lot as well. So I think it's a good thing. Like I said, I've seen far many more people, guys I have never seen before in the UK, come on there all of a sudden. So I don't know if they're all of a sudden they're on there, or if they're old accounts that have like resurfaced, or if they're just more people signed up lately because they've heard there's improvements and there's more people sign up, or maybe before the filters weren't working properly, they didn't show you as many people as they should have done. I don't know, because it's kind of like, whoa, where have all these people come from? There's far many more people in the UK that I've ever seen before, that are different and new, that I've never seen their profile. Because normally when you go through them, it's like the same people again and again and again on there. But there seems to be a lot more new ones lately. I don't know if anyone else has found that. But that's what I found anyway. So I think it's really good. I think, ACEapp got in and was the first person to do an app for asexuals. And I think that's a really good thing. I think they do well. And I was saying that I haven't seen adverts directly on there for a while, but I don't know if that's because I haven't been paying attention to them, because usually they come down the bottom, because obviously they have to pay for the app somehow, but usually they come down at the bottom. But I haven't seen them for a while. So I don't know if they've actually done something about that as well, or if it's just the case that I haven't noticed that they've still got them. Megan, Liam, you're a good person, Sandra. You will help so many. You're like an asexual cupid. Megan, I agree, she truly is. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. I drink water in here, by the way, if you never wondered. This is my eat all mug. I collect eat all stuff. Look at that. It's so cute. Oh, thank you, both of you. That's really sweet. Asexual Cupid. Yeah, the one in the original, not like the website. Have you seen there's an asexual dating site called Asexual Cupid? It's owned by other dating sites that are not asexual, which if you ever go on that site, you'll find out that quite a lot of the time they have adverts which take you off to other sites which are not actually asexual sites. I'm on there, not great site, yeah. Because it's run by sexual sites. It's not run by asexuals. It's run by people who have links to other websites that are for sexuals, which is great if you're sexual, but if you're not sexual, it's pretty rubbish. You know what I mean? And so what they do is there's like a franchise of certain types of dating sites, and they just like they'll do like dating sites for the over 40s, or dating sites for the over 50s, or dating sites for this type of person, dating sites for that type of person. And they just have like lots of different like types of franchises type things, it's like a big network of them. And they just replicate the same sort of thing, but just for different types of people. with a, you know, and so that's why that, you know, if you've got someone behind it like that, then they don't really understand asexuals. They don't really get us. And there's a lot of adverts on there linking to sexual websites, which you'll always get a lot of the time. If you've got adverts going on a dating site anyway, you'll often get adverts to other dating sites. It's like cross referencing type thing. Megan, oof, be careful. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I haven't been on there for a long time. I think I've still got a profile on there actually, but I haven't, I don't pay. So I think it's just stuck up there doing nothing. I think you can only talk in the forums if you haven't got if you don't pay, I think, from what I remember. But I haven't been on there for like directly on there for years. So I don't really bother with it, you know? I think the hardest thing with dating sites for asexuals is a lot of asexuals are too kind of scared and introverted to actually approach other asexuals. Like Asexuality, it's got over 50,000 members now, you know? When I first started on there, it had less than 5,000. But there's often a lot of complaints that, you know, there's not enough people speaking to each other or approaching or keeping the conversation going. But you'll often find that quite a few people on there, even the ones that say that, are the ones that don't actually approach people or don't keep the conversation going. But the forums are very active. You know, I find that the forum threads are always kind of like, you know, active on there on Asexuality. I find people talk more in the forums than they do in private messages. And you know, that I've got a forum thread that goes, I've been going for years on there, which is there anyone, you know, here who's really looking for a serious and committed no sex ever relationship? Because it's like, you know, everyone seems to be like too scared to actually carry on a conversational approach. I do a lot of approaching myself, but when I don't mind, but I like someone to carry the conversation on. It's no good me just approaching people and then me doing all the work. Do you know what I mean? Sam, I try most dating sites, just always put that I am asexual and no interest in that stuff. I shall endure and find someone ace. Oh, bless you, Sam. Yeah, I know you work hard like I do at trying to find the right person. I know that you're one of the few people I know that, you know, you know, that puts a lot of time, energy, and effort into it. Luna, might give ACEapp a try. I saw it and didn't trust it. It'll be nice to broaden horizons outside of the Seattle Ace meetup group. Ah, that's where you are, Luna. Seattle. That's nice with your name, isn't it? Seattle and Luna. Yeah, it's I think it's good. I think it's good to broaden our horizons. I think it's just good to like maintain kind of your wits about you, you know, like ask people questions like, when did you find out you're asexual? How long have you known you're asexual? You know, what happened? People are like, oh, asexual. When did I find out I was asexual? Well, I've always known I like sex, you know, and I like it quite a bit. How do you feel about it? You know that they're getting mistaken and think that you're a highly sexual person. I get that all the time. They just think that asexual means I'm highly sexual. Instead of being instead of being like absence of sexual attraction, I think they think I'm advanced sexual attraction or accelerated sexual attraction or something. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got it, like I want it too much. Jeez. Yeah, I love the name Luna. It's cool. And so yeah, I think it's good. I think it's nice. I think it's better now. They've got the report button on there. I think, you know, like it was always worth trying things. I'm used to kind of sussing out scammers and spammers pretty quickly these days, so I don't tend to get hurt that much like I used to do, you know, because if you someone who doesn't spot the patterns of behavior, obviously Richard does, because Richard specializes that on one of their channels as well. They specialize in catching scammers and spammers specifically on one of their channels. So they know what to look for. But you know, if you're not used to looking for that, if you're a very kind, caring person, kind of sweet, innocent, don't expect that of people, then it can be a shock when you get into conversation with someone like that, and it will turn sour very quickly, you know. But because I'm so used to noticing stuff like that, and I've got several videos about stuff like that on my channel, so if you ever like need to swat up about it and find out, you know, what actually does go on behind the scenes and like how do I spot scammers and spammers, there's always those types of videos. You can just go on my about this channel. You can go in my channel videos. If you click on the video section, there's a little search thing, and you can search individual videos and just put like scammers or asexual scammer, I think it comes under. Hello Megan and Sam. Thank you. Yeah, it's really nice. It always reminds me of Harry Potter, actually. I like Luna and Harry Potter. She's so nice, isn't she? She's got like white hair, I think. So yeah, it's very important. I love being aromantic. Don't have to bother with any kind of fram. Yeah, you are lucky, Liam, being aromantic in that respect. But there is like, oh, you've retracted your thing now. There is one person who said they don't like being aromantic. Tabitha, she actually just commented in the last 24 hours on this channel saying she didn't like being aromantic because she had a bad experience when she was at school. And hello Tabitha, if you're watching, lots of love. And she said she didn't have a crush on anyone, and they didn't believe her, so they weren't nice to her, so she had to just say something to shut them up. So she had a hard time at school from being aromantic, so she found it very difficult and didn't like being aromantic for that reason. So I think aromantics, they go through their own troubles and difficulties, just like romantic asexuals do. I personally think, like, I have trouble being romantic in the sense that it's very difficult when you haven't got a partner and you kind of crave that a lot, whereas the thing, obviously, being aromantic, there's a benefit of like more aromantics are not interested in relationship, but there are still some aromantics that are. I know some that are. I know some that are actually in relationships. I know one aromantic person who's been in a relationship with her husband for 20 years, who's not asexual. Well, as far as I know, he's not asexual. She used to say he wasn't asexual, but I think he might have found out he's demisexual. Like, was it last year? I think he might have found that out. So I think he might be on the asexual spectrum. I'm not sure. Megan, I have a friend who's aromantic and gets picked on sometimes by other people. Yeah, I think that's important. I mean, obviously Liam's very happy with their aromanticism and being aromantic, and I think that's fabulous. If you're happy with your orientation, I think that's brilliant, really good. But there are downsides, to every orientation, I think. And yeah, it's not nice when people pick on aromantics. I know there's someone at the UK Asexualite conference when I was a speaker there in 2018. There was someone who's aromantic on the stage, and they said, that their family gets worried about them, as I was saying, I'm worried you won't end up with anyone, you'll be lonely, and it's kind of like, they just want to be left alone and like, kind of like, their family to realize I'm going to be fine. I don't get lonely. I don't need to be in a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship. I've just got good friends, and that's enough for me, So I think that they have their own troubles and struggles, aromantics. Obviously not all aromantics do, because Liam's very happy. Sam. Sam, yeah, definitely. It's difficult being romantic asexual, because we're both romantic asexuals. We both like guys as well. I think too many people. What did you say? Yeah, definitely hard being romantic, especially when you really want cuddles and won't touch people outside of a relationship. Yeah, I think that is harder, Sam, because I mean, I don't cuddle my friends. I will go out to clubs now and kiss. Obviously, I can't do it right now because the clubs are shut. But and only when it's safe to do so. But last year on November, I decided to allow myself to kiss outside of a relationship, guys that I don't know in the club, who just randomly decide that. And then I got to kiss an Indian guy. It's very nice. But yeah, but Sam, isn't like me, and but they are like me in the sense they don't cuddle people who are their friends, and I'm very much like that. I know quite a lot of asexuals, particularly on the more aromantic spectrum, actually, that cuddle their friends. And me and Sam don't personally agree with that. We think it's wrong because our boundaries are different. Like our boundaries is with our romantic partner, we would do that, but if we're not in a relationship, then we won't colour friends. We'll hug them just to say hello. But I mean, Sam doesn't hug everyone like I do. Sam, you know, I'm lucky because Sam hugs me sometimes to say hello and goodbye, but that's very, very, very unusual for them. Bye, Lena. Nice to see you. Sam, I think too many people are quick to pick on people they don't understand. Yeah, that's what I thought was difficult for Tabitha, you know. It's kind of hard when, you know, you are different to a lot of other people, you know. People do try and force you to be not yourself, and I think it's disgusting. It's very difficult when you're at school, you know, very difficult. I had a lot of trouble at school with bullies and stuff. Liam, love being aromantic, no need to bother with any kind of drama. So sorry she had to go through that. Yeah, I do think with romantic asexuals, I do think we have to go through a lot more drama. I do actually agree with that, even though I'm not aromantic. I do think romantic relationships can be a lot more dramatic because you've got a lot more feelings involved, like of like a not platonic nature. And, you know, your heartstrings can get pulled here, there, and everywhere. You know, you're kind of a bit more at the mercy of other people, which I don't like. You know, it's better to be in control more of your own emotions. But, you know, that's kind of what goes with being a romantic, I guess. You know, that kind of you have feelings for other people. And, you know, sometimes they get carried away and sometimes they kind of run away with you, you know, and then it makes you feel kind of like a bit crazy at times. And a bit like, oh, why can't I just find the right person for me? Why can I have some kisses and cuddles from someone who really cares about me romantically, you know? Going back to what Luna said, I know Eddie, sorry, I missed Eddie's comment. It's awful to pick on others. Yeah, I agree, Eddie. Megan, yeah, it happens too often. I wish it would end. I think I wish it would as well. There's no need for it. People just accept people for who they are, you know? Luna said those that pick on others are just insecure about themselves. That is so true. I know Luna said, I'm headed to the beach. Lovely to be here for a moment. Bye, I'll see you next time. So I'm glad they're headed to the beach. But I have to pick up on something Luna said. It's very interesting because I watched a video recently. And it's a motivational, inspirational video actually about people who cheat. And it was basically saying that although the person who's been cheated on, you know, if you've ever been cheated on, you feel really upset, like your heart is wrenching out of your body. And, you know, like it's just really devastating. But you have to understand that the people who do that, the people that cheat, are the ones that are insecure. And that it's nothing to do with you, it's everything to do with them. They are the insecure ones, and that's why they do it, is because of their insecurities, which is, you know, it's not what you deserve, it's bad. So Liam, I don't tell many people that I am aromantic because I'll get the same kind of crap. Oh, so you do know what it's like then, Liam. Yeah, I mean, I openly tell people because I really don't give a toss what people think. I mean, when I was at school, I was bullied, but I didn't know I was asexual back then. I was just always different, you know, and I used to get girls trying to fight with me, or women were worse to me than the guys. That's why I've always usually, in general, got more connection and usually I have more guy friends because I got bullied by females far more than guys. I did get like taken the mick out by guys as well, but not as much. Like, do you know what I mean? There was far many more women. And so that's why I've never really got on overall so well with women. You know, obviously there's women and girls in this chat. I'm quite happy for you to be here. And I do have a female best friend who's not asexual. So it's not like I've got no females in my life whatsoever. It's just like overall I tend to always have more guys usually, but Sam's non-binary, so that's great. Best of both worlds. I've got in Sam, haven't I? Wonderful. So Eddie, for those that do not know, my girlfriend was scared to tell me she realized she was arrow and thought I would leave her. Oh, now I want to hug everyone. Oh, bless you, Megan. But I said I love her and I stayed. Yeah, it's important, I think, to love people for who they are. Sam, you and your girlfriend make a fab couple, Eddie. I'm glad she could open up to you with a big heart. Oh, that's nice. Super sweet. I'm happy for you and your girlfriend. Yeah, Eddie is super lucky, very super lucky. Both super lucky. Yeah, I think it's really difficult. To find the right person. It is really difficult, and I have to say that, it is just equally as hard for asexuals to be with sexuals, because there's a lot of things in the media and society where they're like, oh, it's such a drag for the, I don't like this type of language, by the way, but they say, oh, it's such a drag, it's so difficult for the sexual to be with an asexual, they're sacrificing so much, right? But asexuals do sacrifice a lot, especially if you're with a sexual person. I did an article about this on my asexualise.com website about sacrifices asexuals make for sexuals, because we could carry on looking for an asexual person and our life would probably be a lot easier, in the respect that we wouldn't have to worry in case a sexual does start doing sexual stuff to us, even if they don't mean to. Do you know what I mean? Because I think there's always kind of that worry and fear more that if you're with a sexual person, they might start doing stuff that you don't like, or it might be going too far, or like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, they might change their mind, or they might have an affair. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of a lot harder, I think, because personally, in my experience, it's more difficult. So you've really got to get a sexual person who you can categorically trust and who is not going to do any of those things. Yeah, I agree, Sandra. How I am sacrificing seems pushy. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, it's just like, I mean, there was a heterosexual guy I dated for a bit, right? And I said to him, it'd be easier for me to be with an asexual guy, then I don't have to worry. And he agreed, he could see my point of view, that it would be much better for me to be with an asexual guy. I mean, he wasn't a good guy. He was too sexual. I mean, I found out about all his sexual stuff he was up to, and it was psycho in the end. I mean, a real psycho, not just what I'm saying. He was really psychotic. In a bad way, a blade way, and think everyone should be microchipped and in the brain forever, because that's better to have your brain controlled by a central processing unit. It should be the whole world over. Everyone should be having chips in their brains. It is like weird. Yes. Anyway, enough about him. But I was glad that he understood that it would be better for me to be with an asexual guy, because it's like I personally do really want to be with an asexual guy, but it's very difficult when you're very, very romantic, and when I'm really into kissing. I'm so into kissing. This is unbelievable. Megan, some people don't mix, but there's always others we can connect with. Yeah. I mean, I think, like if you're actually giving up the possibility of ever being with an asexual person, and you've decided definitely to be with a sexual person, you could, if people say, oh, well, sexuals are missing out, you could equally say asexuals are missing out, because they're sacrificing never being with their own kind either, for the sake of being in a relationship with a sexual person. So it's just as sacrificing as it is the other way, because that they're giving up a lot. You give up the, like, I don't really want to give up the prospect of meeting an asexual guy, because I'd be much more comfortable, as far as I know, with an asexual guy, unless it's someone on a very, very sexual end of the asexual spectrum. I don't know if it'd be much different. I would hope it'd be much different, but actually I think some sexuals may be more respectful of some boundaries sometimes, because there was someone in my asexual grey asexual and demisexual dating group on Facebook a long time ago, and they said that the heterosexuals they came into contact with were much more respectful of their sexual boundaries, what did and didn't want to do, than asexual the asexual guys were, so they had the experience that actually heterosexuals were better in terms of respecting their sexual boundaries than those on the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum. So I thought that was very, very interesting, and I have actually experienced, just through talking to some guys on the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum, I have talked to those that seem very, very sexualized. In, you know, I'm not saying it's wrong, because I have sexual behavior with the way I like to kiss. I'm very open about that, even though I don't experience any sexual attraction. I'm just saying that it's like sometimes I've talked more about sexual stuff with asexual guys when I don't really know them than I have with some heterosexual guys. And so that's kind of a bit weird experience. It's kind of been kind of like, woo. And I think like with the asexuals who are on the more sexual end of the spectrum, I think they feel a bit more liberated because you're asexual. They can kind of talk about all their sexual stuff, which I think is great, because I think everyone should be liberated and everyone should tell the truth, and people should be open and honest with each other. And I think that's a really good thing. But it's just kind of really eye-opening how you get heterosexuals that kind of a bit more crafty about it, I guess, a bit more like kind of like not so open, which isn't good. But then you get asexual guys that are really open about it. With me, I think it's because of my personality partly as well. You know, so it's kind of like, wow, you know, like I think asexuals can be more passionate, but that's kind of a good thing for me, because I am a very, very passionate asexual person, you know. And I do find that difficult. I find like I'm a bit stuck and kind of too sexual in behavior with the way I like to kiss with, you know, my clothes on, for most asexual guys, and not sexual enough for those on the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum or heterosexuals. I've said that before. So I think that's, you know, I think it's very difficult to find someone suitable for a relationship, whatever sexual orientation you are. You know, I'm in some dating groups on Facebook that aren't for asexuals, although I found 2 asexuals in some of those dating groups. Actually I found 3, but one's female in one of my asexual groups, you know, not suitable for me. And so, you know, it's very interesting to see how much they actually struggle to find the right relationship. They struggle to find anyone for a relationship at all, even though they're heterosexual. You would have thought, well, soon as there's so many heterosexuals in the world, it'd be a lot more easier for them to find a relationship and to be able to like easily meet someone. But no, they have a lot of trouble too, because even quite a lot of them, they don't want just, you know, someone to have sex with all the time, which a lot of the dating sites, even they say a lot of the dating sites are full of people that just want sex all the time and that cheat and that just like want a one night stand, and they get fed up with it because they're looking for a relationship, you know? So it's not just asexuals that go through all these problems. But you do think then, you know, you think if sexuals have a hard time trying to find someone, what's it like for us when we're 1% of the population recorded? I think we're a lot more than that. Well, I think we're 2 or 3, I would probably estimate at than 1% of the population. I just think a lot of people aren't out yet. But do you know what I mean? If they've got such a hard time and there's so many more of them to us, just think how much more difficult it obviously is for us. But I do think that when we meet the right asexual person for us, I just think it can be so beautiful and so magical. Like I've got 2 best asexual friends now. My bestest friend Sam is in the chat, you know, and I wouldn't have met them if I didn't find out about asexuality, you know, and they're the best friend I could wish for, you know. They're amazing, absolutely incredible person, you know, absolutely incredible person, very, very, very special soul, very, very intelligent person. And yeah, I wouldn't have met all you, would I, either, Liam? You would think it would be opposite, that asexuals, we would be more respectful. Exactly, you would have thought that, Liam. You would have. But I've met a number of asexual guys, and they have these very sexual conversations with me. And then when I change the subject, kind of wanting to talk about, you know, their personality and other interests and hobbies and stuff, there's another, you know, they usually just stop the conversation. And it's like, well, how is that any different to being with a sexual person? In actual fact, the sexual person will still continue to talk to me usually. That is weird. It's very surprising, Megan. It's a very surprising thing, and it is very shocking. And it's like, well, it just makes you a bit more frustrated, because it's kind of like, so basically I've got the fact that I love to kiss, and that most asexuals are not that into kissing, who are not on the sexual end of the spectrum. The ones on the more sexual end of the spectrum, well, they seem to be very full of sexual talk and wanting sexual experiences. And the heterosexuals, they actually want the intercourse, which is about the only difference between those on the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum and those that are heterosexual. Is that the difference is the intercourse most of the time, quite a lot of the time. And I'm like, okay, yeah, where does that put me? In no man's land. You know what I mean? It's just like, and you know, when I start talking about personality, start talking about other stuff, it's like, I don't really want to know. I'm like, well, you don't really want to know about me then, do you? You don't really care. You know, evidently you just wanted to rise your bit down below, as it were, being quite frank with you. That's what they want. Because apparently it just seems to happen when I talk to guys about the way I like to kiss. I'm not even saying like things I want to do to them sexually. I'm just talking about the way I like to kiss, which is sexual in behaviour. I have said that, I am honest. But I mean, it's kind of a bit crazy that I get the reactions from these guys out kissing. I'm thinking, good job I'm not heterosexual, because do you know what I mean? It'd be like crazy. if they get turned on basically by the fact I'm talking about kissing, just think what it'd be like if I liked other stuff. It'd just be kind of really crazy. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say really. It's like, should I be flattered that I can just turn a guy on by the way I talk about kissing? Even though it makes me cringe, because like, it's not really what I wanted, you know, the conversation to be going, in terms of I didn't really want to just be talking about sexual stuff all the time. I guess, you know, being people on the more sexual end of the spectrum, I do kind of understand that more. And obviously when I talk about kissing, it is sexual behavior, so I kind of like, you know, I kind of like fit in a little bit in that way. But then it just gets too much for me, and I'm just like, I just want to run away and cuddle my cuddly toys or something, because it just gets too sexual for me, you know? It's like, oh, okay, that's enough now. I've, you know, the last person that I ended up talking to in that way, you know, that where it led to that kind of reaction from them, it's kind of like, you know, I've just had enough now. It's like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I want to talk about other stuff, you know? Even though I like kissing, you know, because there's a difference between kissing and like kind of doing other stuff. Do you know what I mean? Even if it is very passionate kissing, it's kind of still to me not as full on as some other stuff. But I mean, I don't get the reaction all the time. There are a few guys, like there was one that was really respectful, who wasn't in this country, and he was really nice to talk to. He liked kissing as much as me, and it didn't get sexual. That was an Indian guy actually, and he's very, very nice person. It's just that I ended up getting feelings for him very quickly, because I'm not I don't have any platonic attraction whatsoever, so I just jump straight to feelings for a guy if I feel any romance or aesthetic attraction for him, or if I get on really well with him, like really, really feel warm very quickly and connect with him very quickly. So, you know, he was actually a really nice person. He's still a really nice person. I just don't speak to him for my sake, not for his, really, you know. And but it didn't turn sexual with him, and I was like so relieved. I thought, finally someone who can talk about kissing, and they love kissing as much as me, but they're not going into other stuff that I don't want to talk about. So there is some hope. There's some hope that there is someone out there for me who likes kissing as much as I do, but doesn't talk about all the other stuff that I don't want to talk about. Oh, dear me. Eddie, oh yes, talk about kissing more. Heavy breathing. Oh my god. I'm not going to go into about heavy breathing. I don't talk about heavy. How can I talk about heavy breathing on a text? Obviously I don't, because I'm not doing, I'm like text messaging. I need to get water. Water. I was born at the north of the UK, even though I live in the south. So I still talk northern quite a bit. Look, mineral water, people. It's good for the body. But yeah, I'm pouring mineral now, people. I'm not doing anything rude, just in case you're wondering. But yes, I'm actually quite good at making like noises, sexual noises, but I don't usually do it. I find it quite funny. Sometimes I decide to give it a go, like acting, and I'm thinking, this is just hilarious. Because it sounds like I never had an orgasm in my life. I don't really understand it. I don't really get it. I can make orgasmic noises, like I would be doing that. I just find it hilarious. I start making these noises like just to, because it's like acting, and I just think it's very funny to myself. Eddie, my girl would get mad when she told me to drink more water, and I told her no, because fish make love in water. Fish make love in water. That's a poor excuse, Eddie, for goodness sake. You're sexual anyway, so what does it matter to you about fish make love in water? But I'm not surprised she got mad at you if you're talking about stuff like that. But yeah, you should drink more water. You should never take your girl for granted. If she wants you to shave your face off your hair, you should look nice for and shave your face off your hair. Face off your hair. That's funny. You should even shave your hair off your face as well as your face off your hair. That's hilarious. I love it when I get things the opposite way around. It's because it's getting late. It's been over an hour now, and I think I need food again soon. I get a bit doolally if I don't eat regularly. Shave my face off my face, God. Oh, it made me happy. See, I'm a nice bright colour red now. It made me crack up. I'm good. I'm glad. You needed to smile more, didn't you, Sam? You like watching more comedy lately. You've come to the right place. You didn't know I did comedy late at night, did you? Sam, I drink boiled water with a tea bag inserted. I don't think that was a joke either. Oh, hi, Heather. You've joined the comedy club tonight. It's great. Megan, kissing is a great thing until it becomes weird. So Eddie, that's naughty. So you teabag your water. As far as I know, that means something very disgusting, the way you phrase that. I think teabag is a sexual word if you'll look it up in the online Urban Dictionary. I think there's something about a teabag, is there not? It wasn't a joke, and I don't want to answer that, Eddie. Yes. But yes, actually, the proper way of making tea, according to my dad, usually is that you put the water in first and then you add the bag afterwards. So actually, in terms of being correct, according to my dad, that is the right way to do it. Where you usually put the water in the tea bag and then the milk afterwards, rather than the milk in first. I don't make tea usually, but I was taught that by my dad. Correct way is water on the tea bag. So yes, but drinking boiled water with a tea bag is quite good, you know. It's oh, Sam, I jest no harm, I hope. Yes, Eddie's getting a bit too jesty lately, I think, with some naughty stuff. So yeah, so where am I? Liam, I don't believe in the term there's someone for everyone, but I know there's someone for you. Oh, bless you. Yeah, but someone for everyone could mean that there is a really amazing best friend for you if you don't want an actual romantic relationship. Do you know what I mean? You could have just a really good platonic friendship. So, but if you don't believe in that, that's fine. I don't want to make people believe in everything that I believe in. So long as Sam, as long as you don't put the milk in until the tea is brewed. Yeah, I mean, when I had tea, I always, like with my mum, she always just puts milk and then the tea bag and then the boiling water afterwards. Whereas my dad's like tea bag. Well, my dad's like tea bag, then boiling water, then milk afterwards. But I don't even make tea usually. So anyway, I make it. I get it. It's nice to see you, Heather. Thanks for coming back. It's good to have you here. As long as you don't put the milk in until the tea is brewed. Eddie, I have a build of a sexual venom I have to deal with later. I apologise if I cross the line. Yeah, the other day, Eddie, you were a bit funny with me because I was talking about asexual. You go, I was choked when you kept mentioning asexual. I'm like, well, this is an asexual channel. You have to go and get your venom out. I thought that's not like Eddie. I thought your account might have been hacked actually, because I thought that doesn't sound like Eddie. What's going on with Eddie? He doesn't know anything. And you were saying about thumbs down and stuff the other day. I'm like, what's going on? You like my channel. You always said you like my channel. It's very helpful. Actually, you said you don't very often get thumbs down. I said, no, I shouldn't do. So yeah, teabag. Water doesn't matter the order, but milk before it's brewed means it won't brew properly. Well, my mum, oh, that's okay. They weren't you. But I didn't see any thumbs down anyway. So I didn't know what you were talking about. I didn't see any down. But you had, oh, I didn't see that. Facebook only shows me the thumbs up on here, doesn't it? I think, yeah. So yeah, I didn't know that. But I think it only shows me the up ones when I'm talking. And I don't always check afterwards. So, but yeah, that's it's probably the two down with probably the two people that I got rid of that were trolls the other day. I had two trolls, but I got rid of them as discreet as I could. So I think it was the same day that you were on at the end. But I think it was, there was two people and they decided to start being rude to me, so I just blocked them. Usually whenever I do that, they do stuff like that. They don't like it. But, I like to keep it troll free as much as possible. There's no point in having trolls there, is there? The drinking game was a joke and it was water. So yeah, my mum always makes tea with the milk first. She's done it for years, so I'm not going to say my mum's wrong, but according to my dad, that's not the right way to do it. But I don't make tea. My mum does all the housework for my dad. My mum's amazing like that. I cannot ever fault her. My mum's. I am not a housework type of person. I don't do housework for a guy. I don't like being that type of person. But my mum literally does all the cooking, all the cleaning for my dad. She does, even if she's not well or injured as well. She does pretty much a lot of it as well. Like a lot of the housework. So you know what I mean. And however, I think if anyone's making you stuff, you just be like, well, thanks for doing that. You know what I mean? Sam, I'm utterly shocked with your mum. I'll tell her off. She works hard. I'll let her off. She works hard. I thought you said I'll tell her off. I'll let her off. She works hard. Utterly shocked with my mum. Don't be shocked with my mum. My mum's always done it that way. Tea bag, milk, then the kettle afterwards. It's always come out pretty fine when I did drink tea years ago. My dad's just like, it's not usually the way it's done. But my dad just lets my mum do it however she wants because, at the end of the day, she's the one that does all the cooking, the cleaning usually. Occasionally my dad washes up these days, which is nice when he does that. But they've got a very traditional marriage. It works for them. My mum likes doing the housework. He likes doing the other things, like he runs a non-profit. Hello Dad, if you're watching, because I know Dad watches quite a bit this channel. Megan, I want tea now. Yeah, I like herbal tea. I don't drink milk. I have soy milk, but I don't put that with herbal tea. So I just have I put the tea bag in, then I put the water in the tea bag on top of the tea bag, and then I leave a teaspoon in a lot of the time if I use a teaspoon, and I don't take the teaspoon out, and I drink from the mug with a teaspoon in it, which is shocking. The funny things we talk about when we don't like sex, we talk about tea bags and water and how we make a cup of tea. Sam, I've had 3 cups during this stream. Putting kettle on again. Oh, bless you. It's thirsty work, I tell you. Liam, trolls that were saying asexuality isn't real and crap like that. Actually, they were being more nasty to me this time. Oh, them clowns. They were saying stuff about the way I talked and things. They don't like the fact I'm loud. And I'm like, well, I ain't changing for anyone. I'm always loud. And if they don't like loudness, they can turn the volume down, can't they? They were calling me woman and, in a nasty tone in their messages. Oh, calm down, woman. Quieting down, woman. It's like, I don't work like that, sunshine. Off you go. I don't answer to any people like that, Blooming rude, like, I am energetic, I am loud, I am vibrant, I've actually got fibromyalgia, so it's quite good for a fibro person, Fibro people don't really have much energy usually. They're not really loud and bubbly that often either. So I'm really proud to be like that. And at the end of the day, I love the way I am. So I'm not going to have people coming in on my channel being rude like that. Trolls don't like that you're confident in who you are. Yeah, I agree, Megan. Thanks for the heart. Lots of love. Trolls are yahoos. Laugh out loud. So stay strong and don't let them win. Thank you. Yes, exactly, Megan. Stay who you are, Sandra. Thank you. Yeah, I got rid of a couple. There's one and then the other couple. I hate it when people go woman. It's as much to say if you're female, you've got to shut up. You can't have a voice. It's like, no, I'll always have a voice, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, go to another channel. I ain't asking you to be on here, am I? Do you know what I mean? So, you know, I'll always be confident, loud and bubbly, you know. People, you know, there was one person on here a long time ago that said about being loud. I've had it a few times. And they said, oh, it's not just with you. I've had it on other channels as well. So I knew that it was just them that's got the problem, not me. And I said, oh, well, I suggest then that you either turn the volume down or you go and read blogs about asexuality or books instead. That way you don't have to hear someone talk. Because if you've had problems before, clearly it's not just with my channel and me, it's clearly you've got some delicate hearing. So you need to basically make sure that you are turning either the volume down or you'll find out about asexuality on blog posts and in books, which don't require any speaking, you know? There's always a solution to an issue. Heather, keep the power. Eddie, you were kind of soft talking 4 years ago. I was like, who is this version of Sandra? Oh, yeah, you saw me 4 years ago. Yeah, Eddie. Sam, I find the opposite. Was quite a few channels too quiet. Thank you. Liam, sorry they were rude to you. You're awesome. No need to change who you are. Oh, thank you. Lots of love. I thought I was going deaf. Eddie, you thought you were going deaf because I was more softly talking. I was more softly talking, actually. Yeah. Like if I'm talking loud, usually normally it means I'm really happy. Well, or it just means that I like talking loud and being me. I'm more me now, I guess, than back then. And because I do this channel like live all the time, I get a lot of practice of being like live and, you know, like I am loud. I don't dispute that, but I like being loud. Sam, you're much more confident and energetic now, and best way for you to be you and sod the trolls. Oh, thank you. Although Eddie made a comment saying he thought I had more energy. When was that? In 2008? Is that what you said, Eddie? Or was that last year or the year before? I mean, obviously last year was 2019, but you said I had a lot more energy back then. I thought that was a 2018 video you commented on, which I always thought was really strange. I thought, why does he think I've got more energy back then? Oh, you were being silly. All right. Oh dear, Eddie's being silly. Heather, you learn to grow. Oh, thank you, Heather. Yeah, I think I've become more and more confident, and I stick up a lot more for asexuals, and I do have a loud voice, and I just like now I have got it sometimes where people like loud and that. I'm like, no, you just don't like a confident person, especially female. And usually a lot of guys, I think, say stuff like that. You know, it's like you just don't like a female that speaks up for themselves and other people and doesn't take rubbish from you, you know? I noticed, you know, like I thought if I was a guy, you wouldn't be speaking to me like that because you'd be worried he'd knock your block off or something. Do you know what I mean? And so these people, a lot of the time, they just do it because they just want to manipulate you. And like you say, they want to drown my voice out. So I'm not strong and I'm not confident. I'm not sticking up for asexuals. But it's never going to happen. I'm just going to push myself more and more to be even more confident and stronger and say what they damn well think. So, you know what I mean? You know, and it's nice to have people in chat that aren't asexual and supportive as well. It's really good, you know? It's really nice that we can all get along, even if we're different sexual orientations, you know, some of us, because I know Eddie, you know, is different and Heather's different, but you're both really understanding, so that's really good. So, you know, I think it's really, really important that, you know, that I am here to give a voice to asexuals, you know, and I think it's very important to stay strong and stay who you are, you know, and it's very interesting that you say that I'm more confident and energetic now, because I think I'm more energetic. When I honestly thought you were being serious, Eddie, when you said I was more energetic back then. Wow, because I thought what you meant was that I carried on talking simultaneously without having any break, because I didn't do a chat show then. I just talked to the screen a lot more. So it wasn't really the interaction between me and other people. It was more pre-recorded stuff. But I found that the stuff on my channel works best most of the time when I'm actually doing live streams a lot. I probably will still do a few pre-recorded videos, you know, but a lot of the time I find the streams work really well because there's something different. There isn't another chat show out there for asexuals. and it's very different, I think. My channel compared to others is there is no comparison really, because I share my own asexual life journey all the time. So it's kind of like, this is what an asexual goes through, and this is like the reality of it in context of everyday situations. And I find that's how it's really different, because when I go on other channels, they are pretty much the majority of time pre-made videos, and you know, they're doing a lot of textbook definition stuff, like this is asexuality, this is what it means, which I did a lot of that stuff when I originally started my channel. And I know that stuff's still really, really helpful for people, but it's kind of like, how does asexuality affect you on a day-to-day basis? How does it affect you with dating? How does it affect you with relationships? How does it affect you when you go to the supermarket? How does it affect you when you're buying stuff? How does it affect you when you're watching movies? How does it affect you with your friends? How does it affect you when you're going out to a party, or not, as the case might be? How does it affect you when you're going out clubbing? You know what I mean? And so I do think that's why it's very, very important to show asexuality as it is and happens and unfolds day by day by day, you know? I find it very interesting. One of my asexual friends who's helps me run the business group on Facebook, it's a very small asexual business group, she once said to me that your whole life is like a legacy left for asexuals on YouTube as well, you know? And I said, I never really thought about that. I think of my books like that, you know, my Asexual Perspectives book. I think you all know that book now, yeah? This book here. If you don't, the link's down below in the description. But, you know, I always think of books as a lasting legacy, and that's why it's really important for me to write more and more books for asexuals. You know, I'm working on the second book, which I'm so excited about. And I've got loads more. Well, I got like 1, 2, 3 more planned. So, you know, it's very, very important to me. Because I want to leave something for generations to come, because I don't know how we're going to progress with asexuality in the future years to come. I hope that we make even more strides, and I hope that asexuality gets really, really well known around the globe. You know, that is my mission, to get asexuality recognised as a sexual orientation throughout the globe, so that no asexual has to live in fear of ridicule ever again. I would love to like hugely contribute to that mission of mine, you know, and to really make that possible. It means highly likely I'm going to have to get through to sexuals in a really major way, and I'm quite scared about doing that, because I'm going to have to talk their language, sexual language, in order to get through to them, whilst still being asexual as I am, but confidently being asexual in that kind of like scenario of sharks, as it were. So that's going to be a little bit like hard in some ways. So it's going to require a lot more strength from me. It's going to require a lot more like a courage, I think, you know, with me personally, because it's like kind of, I don't really want to help sexuals. I kind of left that life behind years ago when I used to date heterosexuals. But I think, you know, like the more sexual people I can get through to about asexuality, the better, you know, because we really need to make more and more strides, you know. But the good thing about leaving books is that I know that even if asexuality doesn't get as advanced as I hope it's going to do in my lifetime, that people will still read my book and think, oh my God, she wrote all this, you know, this makes a lot of sense. I know who I am now, you know. But yeah, this person who in my business group, she's like, oh, you're leaving like a legacy on your channel as well. It's like your whole life is like a diary on YouTube. And I'm like, I never really thought about it like that. You know, I never really thought that there's a whole diary of Sandra's life on YouTube. But I think that's a really nice thing she said. She meant it in such a lovely way. Heather, listening to people is really important. Oh, thank you, Heather. Megan, I believe in you, Sandra. Sometimes it takes you to push past your comfort zone to make a huge difference and to make others understand. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because I've got a brand which I have mentioned on this channel, Megan. I don't know if you're aware of it. I've mentioned about erogenicity, which is a brand that I've got the domain name to, and I got some plans for, but it means me like talking to sexuals, helping sexuals with their dating problems, helping them to get more sex, but telling them the only way they're going to get more sex is by not going after people that don't want it. So therefore that's how they've got to know about asexuality, you see, because once you link asexuality to being a very important part of them understanding how to get more sex, they want more sex, right? There's no point in approaching people who are asexual. But if they don't know all about the asexual people, they are going to be talking to people that don't ever want sex. Therefore, they're not going to get what they want. So by actually telling them I'm asexual, I do have a lot of relationship dating experience. I do have a lot of experience with heterosexuals. I understand them quite well, actually. Um, so by getting through to them that I'm asexual, I've got a different perspective of sexuality and sex. But you're never going to get sex with some of the population, because what they don't tell you on the media, the mass media, because they don't want you to know, is there are people that are asexual, because mass media don't want people to know this. That's why they hide asexuals as well. Just think about it, the amount of products they sell for sex. Just imagine if loads more asexuals came out and there was less and less need for sex, less need for Viagra, less need for sex toys, less need for sex products. We're talking about loss of profits here. That's why they want to keep us quiet as well. So you have to see that the reason people are conditioned as well all the time is conditioned to buy things for sales and marketing. So, I've got to bring them to earth with a bang, shall we say, in a good way. And yes, bang is a sexual word, in case you didn't already know that. But Megan, you definitely have more confidence than I do. Ha ha. Liam, I wish there was more people like you to spread the asexual gospel. Oh, thank you. It's gonna still take a lot of, to do the erogenicity brand. It's gonna take me a lot of strength of character. Like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to do it because it's helping sexuals. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it because I just it could get too sexual for me. I could end up very uncomfortable, very disgusted, and like, what the hell am I doing? But then I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe if that thought about having that brand never came into my head, then it's not meant to be. And I do know that I have to do something kind of like bigger to get the word out there about asexuality. I think the Asexual Guide to Sex book will be very, very interesting to see how that goes, to see how many sexuals actually take notice of that, not just asexuals, because obviously sexuals need to know about that, and it should help parents, family, friends of asexuals, hopefully people who are counselors, therapists. The book's going to help a lot of people besides asexuals. So I really, really hope and pray and will do all I can to get that book out there, because obviously, sexuals understand the word sex more. So I hope to get through to them as well with the book. Obviously, the book is predominantly for asexuals because it's written specifically from an asexual point of view, and how to have sex if you're asexual, you want to have sex if you're asexual, or thinking about having it, or considering maybe it's for you. But there's stuff about sexual acts, you don't even have to have intercourse, but if you want to do some sexual acts, if you feel like being with a sexual person or want to try that, but it's a book you should read before you even actually take the plunge and even do that, if you're considering it. But there's no way by any means am I saying any asexuals should have sex, because I'm personally sex repulsed for me these days. So I don't believe that any asexual should have sex if they don't want it. I think they should find another asexual, stay single forever. It's much better that way, But, there are asexuals that are having sex or have had it, but everyone in the books either had it or having it still, or never having it again in their life. So there's a mixture of people. But it is, if I do the erogenicity brand, it's going to be like, because I do have an erogenous side to me with a guy's upper body, but not below the waist, really. Well, not in terms of I do like sitting on his lap or in between legs, but I haven't, I don't like touching that bit. So it's going to be quite difficult. Heather, am I confident that you don't need to worry about relationship and sex? Too much peer pressure. Yeah, exactly. That's very good, Heather. Yeah. I mean, I just want to get through to younger people as well, because I want them to know that they don't have to have sex to be loved. There's so many people that still think that you've got to have sex to be loved, and it's just horrible. People are still being brought up this way. Oh, love and sex go together. If you're having a relationship, when are you having sex? You know what I mean? It's just disgusting. Sexuals need educating. They're gonna have someone really strong to educate them about asexuality, and for them to take it seriously. That's what we need. We need sexuals to take us really seriously. I think I'm up to the job, but it's going to be hard. Even when you get older, people still pressure you. Exactly. But I mean, there's no need for sexuals to actually pressurize asexuals. What is the point in pushing someone who doesn't really want sex to do that with you? There's thousands of people that actually like sex out there. So why don't they just go after them? You know what I mean? Sam, I've been asked plenty of times, why do I want a relationship when I won't have sex? It's stupid. It's very stupid. It's very stupid, you know? It's like, you know, like, you don't have to have sex to be in a relationship. You know what I mean? Sex isn't love, you know? I've been in a sexual relationship before. There's nothing loving about sex. I think in certain circumstances, if you love the person, it makes the sexual experience more pleasant, but it doesn't mean to, you know, but sex and love are two different things, you know? And if the guy's rubbish at sex, well, nothing is a good experience, to be quite honest with you. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm bored now. Oh, I'd rather be doing something else, you know? And it's very stupid, you know. And people shouldn't be brought up like that. They shouldn't be brought up that, oh, you know, like people laugh and all that type of thing. Oh, you're not having sex. Well, what do you want to do in a relationship then? I even get that as an asexual person, like, because I don't want to have sex, I don't want to have marriage, I don't want to have kids, and I don't actually want to live with someone. I prefer living separately because I'm used to my own place. They're like, well, what do you want a guy for then? If you don't want sex, you don't want marriage, you don't want kids, you don't want to live with someone, what do you want a relationship for then? That's even basically like what that guy said on ACEapp. Like, what do you actually need a guy for? It's because just because I don't want a conventional relationship doesn't mean to say I don't actually want one, or I don't need one, or don't deserve one. You know, some people, even sexuals, have living apart together relationships, meaning that the people live in separate houses, but they're still very much committed to each other in a relationship. I've seen it on TV. It was an article a long time ago in the UK in one of the papers that said 10% of the British population, who obviously they won't talk about asexual, so presumably they're all sexual, are having a living apart together relationship, you know, where you live in separate houses, but you still are very much committed. In actual fact, it takes more commitment to live in separate places, more strength of a relationship, you know? Eddie, they pressure asexual as a mean to conquering them, or they think they are liars. Yeah, I know. It's just disgusting, though. It's disgusting why they even want to conquer us. What's the point? Why not go and get sex easily for people at a nightclub or pub or bar that really want it? I mean, I've had female friends that love sex. Do you know what I mean? They're up for having sex with guys. So why bother with people who don't want it, don't need it? It's just a waste of time for them and for us. Absolute waste of time. You know, Sam, I've known married people, including a family member, who don't live with their spouse. They still very much love each other and see each other all the time. Yeah, I think that's really good. I think that's really good. But, you know, I get a lot of people, even the asexual community, guys saying, you know, what do you want a relationship for then? It's like two people are the ones that should be making the relationship rules, not, you know, the people in it, not the people outside of it. Do you know what I mean? Liam, people have brainwashed that you sex and love go together. Yeah, exactly. It's just, you know, they're all brainwashed. It's conditioning. Honestly, I mean, we're lucky that we're not conditioned in that way. We're lucky that we can see different things. There are so many people that walk around living like robots right now. Oh, let's do the sex, marriage, and kids thing because sex and love always go together. Not, you know, and you have to have marriage and you have to have kids and you grow up and do this job and then you die. It's like horrible. It's a norm for society. I know, Megan. I know. I don't watch TV, thank God. So I don't even. Half the time, I'm glad because I feel like I'm not part of the society. That society. Sam, that is the point. People tend to base relationships on society's expectations rather than what works for them specifically. Exactly. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. Like, I like public kissing, right? I love public kissing, and I think Megan, you said kissing's fine up to a point, but I mean, I adore kissing. I mean, I am not normal where kissing's concerned. Like, I can kiss for up to 3 hours, like, and I'm like, oh, is that where the time's flown? But I love kissing in public. Oh, I love kissing in public, which is a lot more passionate than quite a lot of people that are sexual, not just asexuals, you know. And so, you know, when I like kissing in public and stuff, it's like, again, that doesn't actually go with society's expectations, you know, usually. Because, you know, like most people in society, you know, I've got this thing like, oh, you can't kiss in front of other people. And I'm like, I just like to kiss wherever and whenever I want. I've always done that in the past with like my last long-term ex. I used to do that. You know what I mean? I've always had that type of relationship in the past, even though it was with a sexual person. And I just like it. It's very freeing. I don't care what people think. If I want to snog my God, just snog. They can look the other way. I have seen people snogging, and if I don't want to look at it, I'll just look the other way. It's like, okay, whatever. I'm glad you two are enjoying each other. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't mind people. Like, I don't mind people. You know, when I see people holding hands, it was lovely the other day. As actually know, where a lot of us, like in the world, some of us are still social isolating, like, you know, guidelines and stuff. Other people might be doing other things, and there's obviously more couples that are out together lately these days, you know, because they live in the same household, assumingly. I assume they do. That's probably the right word to use. I assume they do. And so yeah, so I saw some couples, and they just like in the you know, in the city, and they're holding hands, and I just think, oh, it's so beautiful. I love it when I see people holding hands. You know, I just think it's so beautiful. And you know, like if I see two gay guys kissing, I still think it's lovely. If like a long time ago, I saw two teenage girls getting off the train together, holding hands, kissing. I just think it's all love is love. It doesn't matter what sexuality you are. And, you know, if you have an opportunity to express love, even in public, I think it's great. Media is horrible right now. Yeah, Heather, I don't watch the media. I try not to watch it. It's just, I don't have time anyway at the moment. I'm too busy. Too busy. It's so beautiful, but then I feel so alone. Oh, Megan. Oh, bless you. Well, you're welcome here. You're definitely not alone. You're in good company here. I don't know if you live in the UK or where you live. I do hold asexual meetups in the UK. Obviously, I can't hold in-person ones at the moment. And I'm quite busy with a lot of stuff I'm doing, even though I'm still doing these streams, which is kind of amazing. Because I'm doing a lot of stuff at the moment. Sam, I love holding hands because I love to be close to a partner. I love to feel that closeness, which I can't do outside of a relationship. Yeah, I love holding hands too. Holding hands is one of my favorite things to do as well in a relationship, because I just feel when you do this, like you're so like electric with the right person, you know. It's kind of like you've got a connection. I love having the connection, the physical hand connection. It's like I'm really connected to the person. But because I'm so romantic, right? I think either, and I'm a very black and white girl, but where asexuality is concerned, I have grey areas, which kind of like is really weird for me, because I'm kind of like, it's like I'm really single. I do everything independent, or it's like if I'm in a relationship, I want to go holding hands around the supermarket, because it's like, well, I'm in a relationship now. I could just not bother being in a relationship and just go around single and just hold the shopping basket on my own and just walk around like I'm not with anyone. But if I'm actually going to the supermarket, it's like I want to hold the person's hand. I want to hold the shopping trolley with them, hands together or something, because obviously it wouldn't be very practical now because you've got 2 meters distance from everyone. Usually, it'd be very difficult to do that. I'm sure I'd find a way though. Probably go behind the person and still hold their hand. But you know what I mean, and walk straight behind them. But you know, I just love it. There's something very warm, and I'm so hyper romantic. I'm like, well, if I'm in a relationship now, I want to be having every opportunity I can to hold that person's hand, because kind of like I'm in a relationship now. Megan, I'm in the US, but I'd like to travel one day. Oh, right, that's good. Well, if you ever do travel to the UK when I'm up, you know, you'll have to let me know. There is my email if you ever want to let me know. If you come to the UK, asexualise@gmail.com. It's in my about section on YouTube. Well, I can do a meetup, arrange a meetup. Not at the moment, obviously, but I did do one online meetup a couple of months ago. But I'm just flat out with doing a lot of work stuff at the moment, so I can't commit to doing that at the moment. I'm a bit behind actually. I was doing really well, then 48 hours I've just got behind. Oh, Megan, holding hands feels wonderful, makes me feel safe for some reason. I know how you feel, Megan. I like that, you know. I love a guy when he puts his arms around my back. So if he's kissing me, I want his arms around my back so I feel really safe and secure. I love that. I don't need them on my backside, thanks very much. I don't need him to touch my breast, thanks very much. I just need him to put his hands nicely around my back like that when he's kissing me, you know. So and you know, so I can feel his, you know, like security of his arms around me. I think that's really nice, and that makes me feel really safe and secure. I love that. Heather, I rather watching this channel. That's what's happening in the world. Then, oh, you'd rather watch this channel than what's happening in the world. I'm glad, Heather. I would hope this is a much more optimistic channel and much nicer to talk to people, you know, and how, you know, like be here for each other, you know. There is some weird stuff going on in the world. I just don't look, you know. I'm just like, stay away, Sandra. It's not good for the mind. It's really not good for the mind or the soul. You know, it's better to have your own world as much as you can and be in it, you know, have my own asexual world. You know, and I'm being very productive. Like this year, particularly in the last few months, I've got so much done, like learnt new skills I've never known before. I'm like really focused, but you know, this week I've done a lot. I'm a bit like not as like focused on it as I should be at the moment because I'm a bit behind. And my keyboard, like I haven't said, but my keyboard I got damaged, so only part of it's working, which has been a bit of an issue. So I've had to buy a pre-loved one. I should get it tomorrow, hopefully. Which is what Sam and Richard's donations have gone towards, a new keyboard, by the way. Thank you, Sam and Richard, who was here earlier. I don't know if Richard's still here, but thank you anyway. Heather, same. It's too heartbreaking how the world is. Oh, well, I'm here to spread some asexual cheer. But yeah, I don't look at the news. It's, you know, because there's, you know, I don't want to know negativity. I'm all about being positive and moving forward, and also creating a community here. You know, we've got a good community on YouTube here, and it's really important to foster a positive atmosphere, and it's important to know that I'm here for you. You know, I'm still here, people. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. Sam, same here, Heather. I don't watch TV or media. I watch Netflix for Star Trek and stuff, but that's about it. Liam, love is love. All couples are the same. Man, woman, man. Man, woman, man, 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 woman, woman, whatever your orientation is. Sam, my tea ran out again. God, I know, I'll need the loosen with all the water I've drank. But yeah, it's really lovely to have you here, you know. But I think the news, yeah, it's very, you don't know what to believe either. You know, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, and you don't know if the conspiracy theories are the right or the other stuff's people are telling the truth, or governments are telling the truth, or they're not telling the truth. And so I just don't get involved. It's a very negative, you know, it's no point. You don't actually know the truth. So especially just to like stick to your own truth and stick to people that love and care about you and can give you joy and happiness, you know. Sam, I need to find my teapot. I can sit on my desk next to me. That's really good, Sam. Idea, Sam. I didn't even know you had a teapot. You gotta get a teapot out. It's very important. And crackers and cheese. I can't eat crackers and cheese, but I like crackers and cheese. I just can't eat it with all my food allergies. Get some cake. I can't eat cake, but I'm sure other people can. But that's the good thing about YouTube as well, I think, is that you can hear the person's voice. So you can either choose to watch them on the screen, because that's nice. Sometimes it's comforting to actually see someone look at you and think there's a human being on planet Earth that's still like having energy. Hello, you know. Or sometimes you can like be doing something else if you need to do something else, but you can still hear the person's voice anyway. That's why I've got quite good voice for that as well, because it's like listening to a podcast if you need to look away from the screen at all. It's kind of having like two for the price of one. Like, oh, I get a podcast atmosphere as well as getting YouTube experience, depending on which one I feel like hearing, or whether I feel like just hearing or watching or doing a bit of both intermittently. Because I used to work voluntary for hospital radio. I don't know if you knew that about me. So I used to be a voluntary radio presenter. So I'm kind of used to projecting my voice. When you're talking on the radio, you have to talk naturally a bit louder anyway, because of the way that radio waves work. So you have to higher your voice up. So you have to talk in more of a radio voice, which I suppose is what I'm more used to doing on this channel a bit more now, naturally. I got it when I was with my ex last year. Oh, him. I have to keep remembering you can't hear me though. Sam, do you shout the Mac screen? Oh, because me and Sam Skype a lot. And so do you know what I mean? So sometimes I think Sam forgets if I'm not Skyping them that I'm actually behind YouTube. But the other day it was the opposite. When we were Skyping, they forgot I was like still in front of them, I think. So Sam helped me with my work the other night. Like we did a lot of work together. I do keep talking at the computer. You don't respond. I'm sorry, Sam. I'm sure I will eventually. You'll have to tell me what you're saying. Record at your end. We'll have some fun. I don't know if you've ever Skyped a friend or anyone on Skype, but if you put the subtitles on, they're very, very funny. So if you wanted to have some comedy in your life at the moment, cheer yourself up. Skype someone, a friend or anyone. That's probably a friend's quite wise, and then put the subtitles on, and you end up saying complete different thing in the subtitles to what you do when you actually speak. And you can end up making a whole story which you've never actually said, but it looks like you've had this conversation that you never knew about, and it's kind of like weird, but it's not very good because it gets a bit sexual. Me and Sam did it once. I had this Skype conversation and put I think I turned the subtitles on, and like I ended up screenshotting some of how it came out, and it just looked like that we are having this really sexual conversation. Being asexual, of course we're not, but it just came out like that. It was very, very funny actually, because it's like, this is not how we talk, this is the opposite of how we talk, but it was just really hilarious. And so yeah, you can have some funny times. And I think as well at the moment, one of the things that I do a lot of the time, if I'm able to keep myself more kind of motivated and upbeat, is to obviously focus on things like your projects, your hobbies, focus on learning new skills, focus on progressing in your life. Because if you're doing positive things like making progress and you're learning new skills and things like that, it boosts your kind of morale up, because you're focusing on your more in your inner world, because we can't change the outer world, unfortunately. It'd be great if we could, so we have to focus more on our inner world and where we're at in our life, so we can kind of like focus on other areas of our life. So obviously if we're looking for a relationship, we could go on more dating sites, you know, and give them a go, give different dating sites a go. Obviously give ACEapp a go, like I said earlier, if you haven't already joined it, because they made some good updates now. There's got a report button on there if you missed that earlier when I first began this stream. So you know, you can try different things. Like if you didn't, you know, there's certain hobbies and interests you've always wanted to try, this is the perfect time to get into those, because you need to direct your focus into positive energy, doing positive things, you know. Like at the moment I'm so busy learning so much new stuff, I ain't got time to think about the other stuff. I'm more thinking about my health, because I literally every single day I've been doing some work like non-stop, you know, like for a lot of days in a row. So it's kind of like, you know, like I haven't had a day off really. And so that's quite a lot on me at the moment. So, you know, but it's kept me busy. It's kept me really focused. I've never learned so much in my life, I think, than I've learned in this year. I think this year has been phenomenally higher accelerated learning than any other year, probably since about 2012, you know. It's just like really, really shot up. It's like I'm learning everything I needed to know before, and I knew I'd get around to learning, but I'm kind of cramming it all into 1 year. And it's kind of like, whoa, it is a lot to do. Sam, I have my world building project, which usually helps a great deal. It's very, very good, Sam, that you do that. It's very, very important, you know. And it's very, very important, like, you know, like put some music on that makes you feel upbeat and happy. You know, I can change my mood round from being a little bit feeling more sadder in the morning, like sometimes I do. Lately I haven't even had time to do that, so that's been good. But sometimes I don't feel that, and I can put some music on. I've got laser lights, so you can get this little desktop laser lights, or I've got a USB one that my dad bought me, which is like a little globe that spins. I have one over there, and like a desktop laser over there, so you can buy mini ones if you've got lack of space, and then you put them on the ceiling, and it's kind of like what I call light therapy. So the lights it's very therapeutic. So when you put like jolly music on, put Latin music on, or put Spanish music on, something that's like really kind of upbeat and positive, then that gives you a really good kind of party atmosphere in your own home. I actually saw someone on one of the YouTube channels, and they said, because I said, oh, I really like this music, it was foreign music, and they said, Joe, at the moment we've got to have our own parties in our own house and have our own music going and everything. I'm like, yeah, exactly, you like read my mind, because you know, we've got to like you know, I have my laser lights on as well. And that sounds very nice. It's very good. I could actually show you, but you will be going in darkness. I can't put the music on because YouTube will just take it off. But I could show you in the darkness maybe. But I don't know if you'd be able to see it. You probably just see loads of darkness. Let me see if I can do it quickly before I have to go eventually, because I'll need the toilet soon. Or maybe I'll leave you in the darkness with the lights on, so I can go to the toilet. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll see if I can put my laser lights on over here. You'll probably be like, oh my God, she's turned it out, so we're in the dark. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You'll probably go really dark in a minute. Are you ready for this? Be like, where's Sandra gone? People, where's Sandra gone? I don't know if you can see it. Oh my God, it looks way dark. Hello, people. You can't see it, can you? I don't think you can see it. There's like lights flashing everywhere. No, you can't see it. Oh man. And so it's like, where's Sandra gone? Where's Sandra gone? Oh my gosh. You can't see it. I can see it, but you can't see it. But you can hear it now. It's very noisy. It's got grinding. That sounds. It's got like a grinding noise back there, but you can't. I don't even think it's possible for me to bring it over, is it? Let me have a look. I think it's going to be too. I don't think it's going to stretch. It's on like I've got this thing here. See, this is one of them. Oh my God. Oh, my pajamas. Look. This is forever friends, people. I've actually got it over a nightshirt, an eel nightshirt. I'm double barreled tonight. Look at this. Forever friends. Isn't it beautiful with a little glitter? I love nice pajamas. Look, see? See, this spins around. So you can see that on me now. So this is one of the balls I have, but this is like, you have to plug it in. So it's plugged in at the moment. Now you can't see my head or my face. But see? Spinning round. Woo! I don't know if I can move it without damaging my Mac. Probably not very much. But it's really nice. See, it shines so bright. And it's like having a party in your home. And I've got another thing going over there, but that's hitting the ceiling. But I don't actually think I can move that because it would probably come out of the socket. But yeah, this is really nice. See? And then you can have music. Like if you've got some nice foreign music, you can start dancing and having a party in your own home. It's really cool. So we have to create our own parties in our life, see? But I have one over to the side, but I don't think I can show you it because I don't think it will. Oh my God. I don't think I can show you it. Let me have a look. I'll see if I can show it you. I don't know if it'll stretch that far. Oh, actually, there we go. People, mind your eyes. Don't, it's stroby, so mind your eyes. And so, yeah, it kind of goes all along the ceiling. If you can look, I don't know if I can put it on the bed. See? Can you see it does that on the ceiling? So it's got like flashing lights, but it goes up at the ceiling, like against the walls and stuff. Whee, see? You see it all against the walls now, or against the curtain. So it all flashes. So it looks like you're having your own party. It's so awesome. Look at that. It's great. I don't know if I can turn the light out now again. Oh my God. It's like an obstacle course in my bedroom. I'll try and see if I can turn it out. The light out. Let's have a look. Now can you see it? You see? You can see all the lights. They're flashing on the curtain. Like having a party in here. It's very noisy. It makes a bit of a grinding noise. So it's a bit noisy. Cute pajamas. Oh, thanks, Liam. Sam, back to my club days. I need to buy those lights. Yeah, you do, Megan. They are so awesome. They're absolutely lovely. I love it. So it's like therapy. So if you're feeling a bit down, a bit depressed or a bit sad, you can just like literally put the lights on. You can turn the lights on. I actually sometimes put my little bedside light on. So I've got like some light in here. So sometimes I have it. So I've got this little light here on. I don't know if I can do this. I just feel like I've been like setting my whole room up for you. So I sometimes put the little light on and then it looks like this. So you still can't see me very much. Oh, look, I'm in the dark. You can't really see me, can you, at all? Apart from I'm a little bit black. You can just about see me. Oh, my Lord. But yeah, it's good fun. My dad bought me this. It's like a professional laser light. disco lights. I love it. It's really cool. So like, it's very good. You can do, I do exercises on an exercise mat, and I have that point at the ceiling. If you put music on, and you can watch it, and you watch all the little lights dart in and out everywhere. So it's very, very good. Liam, you can have your own nightclub. Yeah, I actually got DJ Sandy B. That's one of my names from back in the day. Because I used to do, like I said, I used to be a voluntary radio presenter in hospital radio. So I used to have, I still got one of the email addresses, DJ Sandy B. So, because I like actually love music and doing all that type of thing. And so, yeah. So there's quite a lot of ways you can like have your own party, cheer yourself up. It's important to cut off the news, don't watch it. You know, do artwork. If you've got a garden, go out in the garden. You've got painting to do around the house, paint your house up. One of my friends, best friends, are me and Sam's other best friend. They are doing their painting around the house, doing a lot of decorating, which is really, really good. You know, so just focus on lots of things that got nothing to do with the media or the news. You know, like this is the time to actually learn new skills, do online courses, to improve yourself. You know, get into Skyping. If you don't usually Skype, start Skyping more people, start video chatting with more people, do some voice calls. You'd be a great DJ. Oh, thank you, Liam. That's really good. Yeah, I always used to want to be a professional radio presenter. That's what I used to want to do since I was 15. And then in 2009, which is a few years ago now, I realised then my life purpose was writing 100%. So I kind of like left the idea of being a radio presenter because it was more important for me to write non-fiction books that change people's lives. So that's how I got into... I've always written, I've always been a writer, but I wasn't certain before that it was my life purpose until 2009 when I was first made redundant then. Megan, we should all plan a party after the quarantine, have Sandra be our DJ. I'd love that, actually. I got loads of CDs. I don't have a mixing desk though, but I did actually do a sound recording course at college. So I actually got a certificate in sound recording. I didn't really understand totally the course. There was only me, I think, and 3 other guys left at the end of the course or something. There wasn't very many people left. But I stayed and got a certificate in sound recording. I kind of got the theory of it. It's multi-channel recorders and stuff like that. Sam, you should own a nightclub. I used to be a bar manager. I could do that part for you. Oh, Sam. Yeah, I don't like doing the bar stuff. You're giving me ideas now. You know that I love working in the night and not in the day. And so do you. You'd be the bar manager. I'd be a DJ. Oh dearie me. But when I get on the dance floor, everyone moves out the way. It's like, yeah, baby, move out the way. That's so funny. Like the last time I think it was, or the time I think it was the last time. Was it the time before that I went clubbing? They were like, nightclub for asexuals. I did think that, but would many asexuals actually come? Because a lot of them don't like clubbing. They don't like that. So it would be fantastic if they did. But I'm guessing that a lot of asexuals wouldn't want to do that. From what I understand, I think there's more introverted asexuals that are on into that. I'm into that because I don't even mind dancing with sexuals because I'm okay doing. I'm actually quite a sexy dancer. To be fair, a very sexy dancer, but I don't want sex. Makes no sense, but it's great. I go to this nightclub. Sam, I'm an introvert and I come. Oh yeah, but you'd run the bar for me as well. But yeah, me and you are going to go clubbing again. Of course we are. I know as soon as you're able to come down, you'll come down and see me, even if we can't go clubbing straight away. So it'll be good to see you. Good to see you in person eventually. Be awesome. Can't wait for that. But we do Skype, which is good. It's the next best thing. So yeah, I know it'd be great for you to come down and do some clubbing. Club. But yeah, I have always used to want to do that type of thing because I love music and I love, like, I used to run a mixing desk when I did voluntary hospital radio presenting. And, you know, but I'd be playing a lot of, you know, foreign music. I love foreign music. It's really funny. So what I've been doing is, because I can't go clubbing, because I miss clubbing so much. Like, I really miss clubbing. It's one of the few things I'm really missing. And obviously I miss seeing my friends, but aside from that, like things that solo activities, clubbing's the thing I miss the most, you know? Like, I really, and I do miss the cinema as well. Because I like self dates at the cinema, but you know, clubbing, I so love going to my favorite club, and I love dancing there and the foreign music. But I've been playing a lot of those foreign tunes at home using my laser lights on, so it's been like my own like party. I haven't done that over the last couple of days actually. Maybe that's why I'm not feeling quite as as I usually am. But I've been a bit stressed because I've got a lot of work to do at the moment. It's stuff I have to get done though. But I kind of like, my health has been a bit like whoop whoop, not quite as top notch as it could be. But yeah, but it'd be great if there was more asexuals that want to come. But when they saw my dance, they'd be like, she's doing rather sexy dancing, people. I'm not sure about this. I'd be like, yep. It's just the way I like to roll. But yeah, when I go to my favorite club, it's really good because I'm very confident there. I've grown even more in confidence. And like last time, like when I was coming back from the toilet, I got a big bag, and then I take a smaller bag that's got like my purse and my mobile phone into the toilet with me. So I just need my big bag that's got like water in there basically, and maybe a coat. And it's like an old raincoat, so it's, you know, if anything happens, it's not really too much to worry about. And so I just take my personal belongings that I really need, essentials, with me on the, you know, to the toilet. And then I have to get my way back to my bag, and it's really crowded. So I was like coming through last time, they're going, like, move back, she's coming through. And I'm like, thank you very much, thank you, people. Because I like being on the stage bit. So where I go clubbing at this pub, it's like a pub that turns into a nightclub. And then where, you know, there's like a stage area. So I like to be on that. I'd rather be on the stage area where everyone can see me than down below where I kind of go into the crowd more, or it's more exposed. I feel less exposed being on the stage than I do actually being in the main dance thing a lot of the time. I have been in the main dance thing as well, just dancing there. But usually when I first go in, there's not many people dancing. So it ends up being just me dancing in front of everyone. I'm like, oh, well, all the room for me. I'll just go and dance across that side of the room. Then I'll dance back across that side of the room. Then I'll do some major stuff in the middle. And it's just like the whole dance floor's mine. I'm thinking, if that's what they want to do, let them do it. Obviously, later on, it gets very, very busy and you're like sardines in there and you can hardly budge. You know what I mean? So I end up dancing with myself in front of the mirror a lot of the time. Do you travel? No. Miranda Shabra. No, I don't do traveling outside of the UK. So actually outside of England. I don't usually go outside of England. So I don't do traveling, no, because I don't like flying on a plane. And I've travelled to Disneyland Paris by Eurostar. So no, I don't usually do traveling. I don't want to travel buddy. So I'm on a lot of asexual dating sites. There's a lot of asexual guys that want to travel buddy. And a lot of asexuals that like traveling. I don't like traveling. I love where I live. I've got everything I need right here. It'd be great if I had the money more to go to London, because I do like London, and then obviously I could go and see my friends more that live near London. You know, it'd be good if I had the money to do that, because if I'm not in my own city, I used to spend quite a bit of time whenever I could in London, because I love London like a second home. So if I had the money, I would go to London. Not the moment I wouldn't go to London, because we're socially isolating, distancing. There's no reason for me to go to London, and I need to stay here as much as possible. But I have everything here. I need right here. You know, I don't have a asexual boyfriend, which would be nice. Someone who doesn't like sex like me and loves kissing and romance, but no sex. But so that's the only thing I don't have here. You know what I mean? My friends don't live like near me. My best friend lives 200 miles away from me, and all my friends don't live in my city. All my best friends don't live in my city. So you know, that is I guess like a maybe, I don't know if difficult to work right to use. It's a bit strange, I guess. But other than that, you know, in terms of, you know, the best place for me to be, like looking after myself, is where I live. Like, I'm in a really good position where I live. I've got supermarkets diagonally across the road from where I live. you know? So, you know, where everyone's had a lot of problems during this situation that's going on in the world right now, while I'm recording this live in June 2020, a lot of people have problems. I can get access to food and stuff, and you know, toilet rolls was still a bit of an issue at one point, and hand soap, you know, can still be a bit of an issue sometimes. But you know, I've got supermarkets on my doorstep pretty much, you know. So I'm very blessed. I live 5 minutes from a town and a train station, and 20 minutes to the city centre, and 5 minutes to the quayside. So I've got supermarkets to eat, get food. I've got a train station, a town, a city, and a quayside, which is like a bit of a countryside in the city. I've got like the best of like 5 different things where I live. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very, very blessed like that, you know, very blessed. And I've got cinemas, clubs when they can open. Sam, I like travelling but not flying, so limited on where I can go, and no passport at the moment, so staying travelling in the UK. I've actually got a passport. So if I ever want to go to Disneyland Paris again, I can go. Megan, I've only travelled throughout my stay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any desire to go travelling abroad. I really don't. I'm like, if a guy wants me, he can come here without marriage, get a visa of his own accord, get his own job, get his own place. Sam, I have nothing in my town. I know it's difficult for you. Mine expired in 2019. Oh, I got mine renewed in 2017, or was it the year before? When I went to Disneyland Paris last time, I had to get one for there. So I got one. I think it's 2016 or 2017. It goes for 10 years, doesn't it? So yeah, I didn't know yours expired. But you know, there's no need to get one unless you need to travel. I travel to take you out. Oh, thank you. That's really, really sweet. Thank you. Apart from I don't have sex, I have to let you know that because I'm asexual. Sam, not worth the money for me unless I decide to go abroad again. Exactly. It's like it was £80, I think, last time I looked, or more than that, 80 or 100. But thank you, Randa. I guess you're Indian, are you, Randa, by your name? Is that an Indian name? I'm guessing Randa Chabra. I'm guessing that's an Indian name. It sounds like it. Am I right about that? Sounds very nice. But if you took me, yeah, you are. I knew it. I knew it. I think Indian guys love this channel because if you watch this channel before, you know I like Indian guys. And I look at my statistics of or who watches me from where. USA is like the most amount of people watches me, and the second to that usually is Indian. India. People in India. I'm like, oh, I've got an Indian following. That's wonderful. Laugh out loud. Yeah. I know, it's really lovely. I like your name. It's very nice. I like Indian names. I like Indian names. I like Indian music. I like Indian guys. I like Indian kisses, Indian hair, Indian clothes, Indian accents. Oh my God, an Indian accent is to die for. I love an Indian accent. Not literally, obviously. I want to stay alive for a long time. But yeah, Indian hair is beautiful. You're sweetie. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I know there's a thing in the UK when apparently not many British women like Indian guys, but I really like Indian guys. Too much. But yeah, I live in the UK and I don't want marriage and I don't want sex and I don't want kids. I like to live separately. I like a guy to be able to take care of himself. So it usually doesn't actually go with most Indian guys' culture. Although I did find a guy in the UK who didn't want marriage, didn't want kids, didn't want sex, and liked sleeping separately. Asexual guy in the UK, Indian, but he wasn't for me. He stopped talking to me. So that was the end of that, really. But that was what yesterday's video is about. Oh, yeah, yesterday's video, the last video about letting someone go, like ending something, closure. So I sent him a message going, I understand that we're not suitable romantically, and wished him well. So yeah, we are a bit different in needs anyway. So, you know, and I can't be with someone who doesn't actually want to talk to me. It doesn't really work like that, does it? So I'm hoping one day to find a more suitable Indian guy in the UK who's actually got his own job and he's got his own place and he's got his own visa and he doesn't need kids and he doesn't need marriage and he doesn't need a housewife, because I'm definitely 100% not a housewifey type. I'm like a career girl through and through. Ha ha ha, I'm in love. That's so sweet. Thank you for the little love hearts in the smiley. I appreciate that. Oh, I like guys in their 20s. Do you happen to be in your 20s or are you older than that, Randa? I have to ask you these things. Not that I'll probably ever meet you, but I just thought I'd ask. Are you older than 20? You're 25! Oh, that's such a good age. I like 21 to 24 is my ideal age, but middle age 25 is a good age. It's a very good age. Very, very good age. Oh, man. I like guys who are in their early to mid 20s usually. After that, they start getting a bit older for me. But yeah, I like younger foreign guys. Top attraction is Indian. Yeah, the Indian guy in the UK asked me, he's like, why are you attracted to, like, why do you like an Indian guy? And I'm like, let me see the list. I'm like, what don't I like about Indian guys? I'm like, well, I'm more spiritually connected to Indian guys usually. I'm more aesthetically attracted to them, more emotionally attracted to them, more romantically attracted to them. Damn, my heart is racing right now. And I have more, usually Indian guys are into tech, like a lot of them, and I love tech. I get very asexually turned on. That means I don't want sex. I want to kiss by a guy talking to me about website design and code. So a lot of Indian guys are very good at coding websites. Like I build my own websites with WordPress. So like I say, I'm a career girl. I do a lot of things that guys would do. And I can't code. So if a guy's talking to me about website code, I absolutely love that. It's really nice. Sam, many people don't seem to make the effort to talk. It's such a pain. I like to keep in touch and learn about someone. Exactly, Sam. I'm with you on that as well. A lot of people, it's like this guy in the UK, he was like really, really talking to me a lot. And then basically just started saying cheers to me. I mean, you don't speak to someone like cheers. That is like a bartender. Here's your pint, mate. Cheers, mate. Do you know what I mean? Even people who are, like just, I don't know, acquaintances in work or something speak to you better like that, Might be because he watches this channel and maybe he saw the fact that I said that I was nervous about talking to him. Or maybe I just like rattled off a lot of stuff. I don't know. Who knows? It doesn't matter because he said originally he likes this channel. We really admired the work he did, but he didn't really like any of my posts on Facebook. So at the end of the day, if someone's really into you, they connect with you on Facebook, surely they go on your profile and check your posts out and like your posts and get involved. Do you know what I mean? If they're not prepared to do that, then it's like, I wish them well. I really wish them well. And that's fine. So Liam, never wanted marriage, sex or kids. I made my mind up at 14, still sticking to it. I made my mind up about kids, Liam. Liam, got to go now, Sandra. Love you so much. Oh, lots of love to you too, Liam. Lots of love. Thanks for being here. Lots of love. I'm gonna have to go soon, I guess, because I've been video chatting streaming for over 2 hours, I think it is now. Yeah, Sam, I agree. Getting to know someone is a great experience because you can also learn a few things too. Liam, since I was old enough to know what everything meant, I also didn't want all of that. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, I often find, Megan, there's quite a lot of aromantic asexuals that are more like me in the sense that aromantic asexuals, they don't want to live with someone either, some of them, but some of them like to live in the sense of community together. But I often find that romantic asexuals, a lot of the ones that I talk to, they don't like the concept of not living together. They're like, oh, but I'm romantic. I need to live with someone. I'm like, well, I'm really romantic. And from a romantic point of view, yeah, it'd be nice to live in terms of the romantic aspect, but it doesn't work practically for me. So, it wouldn't be very good. But yeah, so I do find that more aromantics don't mind living on their own than romantics do in general. Sam, yeah, exactly, Megan. You can learn so much through conversation, things you may have had no knowledge about before. Yeah, you can, and I think that's part of the thing about wanting to be in a relationship with someone is you want to get to know them, you want to spend time with them, you want to talk to them, you want to find out about them. you want to learn more and more, you know, you want to share your day with them, you want to find out how they tick, you want to find out how their day's been, you don't just want to say, yeah, I had a nice day. So what does that actually mean, you know? I found in the past when I was with heterosexual guys, they weren't very deep, like the conversation and connection wasn't very deep. Oh, you can cook a meal for me. Oh, I like someone who can cook, but I have multiple food allergies and intolerances. I have to let you know that, because I do cook for myself, but I don't like it. But I do it. But I have a lot of food. I can't eat Indian food usually. My friend Sam has Indian. When we Skype, Sam makes you feel really at home because Sam always orders an Indian. So I can always have an Indian atmosphere when I'm Skyping my best friend Sam, because me and Sam Skype for hours together. Sam's my best friend that's in chat. So, you know, Sam always gets all the Indian food. So I feel right at home, apart from they haven't ordered an Indian guy and got the right one for me yet. But yes, I do like to cook for, but you'd have to cook foods that I can eat, which is like, yeah, not a lot. Sam, I want to know about someone's passions, their hopes and dreams and everything else about them. That's what I want as well, Sam, you know? I've tried Sandra, but they keep sending the wrong drivers. Yeah, they keep sending old Indian guys. It's like, what is it? What is it with that? I think you have to give me their phone number and I have to phone up for myself. I'm like, excuse me, you're not giving us the right Indian guy here. Do you know what I mean? One for you and one for me. Do you know what I mean? They keep sending an older Indian guy. He doesn't even make it through the door. But yeah, that's very nice, Randa. I appreciate that. I do like being cooked for. It's quite romantic. So long as the guy actually washes up and cleans after himself as well. If he doesn't do that, I'm like, no, I'd rather not have it because I don't want all the mess in my kitchen. You're in the wrong job. Oh, why? What job are you doing? You're not doing an IT job. What type of job are you doing? Oh yeah, you should be. Oh, you mean you're not an Indian guy doing the takeaway? Ah, yeah, you're in the wrong job. Should be over in the UK being a takeaway driver. But then I don't have the Indian. Sam has the Indian takeaway. Not me. But Sam will just have to ship the Indian guy off to me. He's back down the steps before I open the door. Why does he know I'm after an Indian guy? No, he's an older guy, isn't he? Oh, you don't work. Oh, Randa. I didn't realise that. Oh, bless your heart. Oh. Well, things might change and you never know. You might end up working in a company. You own a business. Well, that's really, really good. I like a guy who owns business because I'm an entrepreneur, in case you didn't know that. I'll trade him for the nice waiter near you. You can have the waiter if you want. I do like Chinese guys, but not as much as Indian guys. But the Chinese guy's very cute in my Chinese though. But yeah, you can have the waiter and I'll have the Chinese food. I'm quite happy with that. I can't actually be as attracted to Chinese guys as Indian guys. See, if you own your own business, you can come to the UK of your own accord because you'll have the money to do it. Wink, wink. With your own visa. So you trade him for the nice waiter near you. Have I ever talked to you before, Randa, on any other social networking site by any chance? I remember speaking to an Indian guy not so long ago that had his own business. But I don't think you're him. Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, for sure we've talked, or yeah, for sure on another social media, or yeah, you're going to come over to the UK because you've got the money to. Which one? Which one? Which one? Oh yeah, Sam. The Chinese guy in the Chinese where I go to with you is a lovely person. I didn't know Sam didn't like Chinese food. Sam's only going to the Chinese restaurant for me because I can't eat much other foods. Like they have to change the menu, and because they like the Indian guy and not Indian guy, Chinese guy. See, I keep talking about Indian guys. The Chinese guy there. They're like, no, I don't like Chinese food. I just like the Chinese waiter. That's the only reason I've been going. I'm like, what? All this time you never told me. Randa, oh, to the UK. This is the first time we had a conversation. Ah, right, okay. Have you got short dark hair and are you clean shaven? And do you smoke? I can't be with a smoker. It's no good for kissing. No good for kissing. And I don't have sex. But I do like kissing with my clothes on, just for your information. I just thought I'd share that. But yeah, yes, the Chinese guys have it. I don't know what's happened to the Chinese place since obviously the lockdown. I'm guessing you don't smoke. Oh, that's good. I can't stand smoking. It's no good for kissing. I mean, how can you kiss an ashtray? It just doesn't taste nice. Megan laughing. It's true. You know, I like tongue kissing. I don't be shy about that. I love tongue kissing. It's my favorite type of kissing. Tongue kissing. Tongue kissing, people. I love tongue kissing. Tongue kissing. Tongue kissing. Tongue kissing, baby. I love tongue kissing. They should make a song out of that. I'm sure it's got a funky beat to it. Tongue kissing. Tongue kissing. Tongue kissing, baby. Tongue kissing. Let's have a tongue kissing party. I'm in a funny mood. Yeah. Megan, I've only ever had a small peck on the lips twice ever. Yeah. I mean, a lot of asexuals don't like kissing that much. Me, I just love kissing more than any sex ever because I don't like sex. Sex does nothing for me. Kissing does everything for me. I love kissing so much. It's wonderful. Obviously with the right person. I can't kiss someone I'm not aesthetically attracted to. I can't kiss someone I'm not aesthetically attracted to. Even if I'm attracted to them in other ways, if I'm not aesthetically attracted to them, I can't kiss them. I just can't do it. I have to be highly aesthetically attracted. Like, I like Indian guys to have short dark hair, clean shaven. I don't like facial hair. Although the guy who was Indian, who I did have my first ever Indian proper kiss with last year, he did have some facial hair and I did actually kiss him. First time ever. There is a first time for everything, I say. Megan, I love kissing, but nobody likes me because of who I am. What do you mean no one likes you because of who you are? You're a lovely person. Oh my gosh, we've been chatting for ages now. You're a lovely person. What's the matter with them? I just think that they haven't been the right people for you, Megan, and that you're lovely. Do you know what I mean? So that's ridiculous. People don't like you for who you are. I'm sure people, I mean, we like you in this chat. I mean, obviously, I'm not attracted to females. I think your picture's female, so I'm guessing that I wouldn't be attracted to you. So I'm not attracted to women. I don't get attracted to women. But, you know, there's going to be someone who's attracted to you like that. Well, my boyfriend had broken up with me in January of this year. Well, it's his loss. It's his loss. I often say that if someone breaks up with you, it's very heartbreaking and wrenching at the same time. You know, it's very heartbreaking and heart-wrenching, but at the end of the day, that person wasn't right for you. Yeah, we like you. Don't sell yourself short. Exactly. Randa, thank you. So yeah, it's true. Just because your boyfriend broke up with you, it's like, thanks for showing me your true colours and thanks for leaving my life so I can have someone better come along in it. That's what I always think. You know? Because if I've done videos on this before, if someone is the right person for you, they won't leave your life. It's as simple as that. And if they do leave your life, they're not the right person for you. Exactly, Sam. You seem like a lovely person. And it's his loss. I need to go to the toilet, people. Now, do you still want to carry on this stream? I'm going to go to the toilet in the middle of a stream if you're still happy to continue. I just want to let you know, but I need to go to the toilet because I do have to say I need the loo. And it means I've got to go out quickly, go to the toilet and come back, which is quite funny, but I've done it before twice, I think, on a long live stream. But I have to go. If I have to go, I have to go. What would you like to do? Carry on, or do you want to end the stream now? Because we've been here for like nearly 2.5 hours. I'm doing better nowadays. I've recently met someone who likes me. So there you go, Megan. Then you know that people like you. So you know that someone likes you for who you are. This is good. Sam, I've kissed a fair few guys in my time, only since my 20s, but not for about 6 years or so. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, I had to kiss last year. I need to go to the toilet. Shall I leave you to carry on talking while I go to the toilet? So I need the loo. I can leave you to carry on talking. I'll be back in a minute. I always love this bit where I go to the loo in the middle of the stream. It's quite funny. I'm back, people. I'm back. Oh, it's so funny. Water. Water. Oh, it's still here. That's nice. I have food. Don't forget to grab food, people. We need energy. Oh, what have I missed? I need to put water in my mug now. Where have we got up to? Thanks for staying here, people. I appreciate it. I hope you're still enjoying the party lights. I think I'm crazy to go out in the middle of a stream, but it's all part of real asexual life. What I've got up to. Megan, 2 days ago, so I do have a self-esteem boost. Ah, right, okay. You met some like you 2 days ago. That's wonderful, Megan. Was that online or was that at a supermarket or somewhere nearby where you live? Sam, I prefer cuddles. Megan, oh boy. Sam, that's great, Megan. Don't let anyone make you feel you are worth anything less than the best. Thank you, Sam. Honestly, it took a lot of courage for me to try dating. Randa, I don't do sex either. I'm on celibacy, trying to channel that energy. Ah, right, okay. So this is an asexual channel, so you know we're different to you, as in celibacy is a choice, whereas asexuality isn't. I presume you know that. So yeah, but I'm glad that you said you're celibate and not actually asexual. Because asexual is a sexual orientation, the lack of sexual attraction, so we're not holding ourselves back from having sex. We just don't want it, need it, like it, or have an urge to do it in general speaking. But asexual is a huge spectrum. So there are different types of asexuals. Sam, I just get lots of interest folk who barely say 2 words. It's very disheartening, but never give up. It's very, very, very disheartening. Very, very, very disheartening. Sam, you know, especially when they say they're interested and then they're not, you know, like it's very disappointing, especially if you've had a really in-depth conversation with someone, the conversation's been flowing, and then all of a sudden as well they stop. So you can have a situation where, I know we've both experienced it before, I think, where some person, you know, they talk a little bit and then you don't really get much out of them, and then the other time they talk to you for quite a long time and then all of a sudden they just stop, and it's like, well, what's the point in that? Randa, so you're on a celibacy to get more creative. Oh right, you do no fap, are you? I'm going to do a video at one point about no fap. I haven't talked about that much at the moment. Oh, I don't think I've mentioned that at all on this channel, but I've got that on my to-do list. But yeah. Celibacy. Obviously, celibacy is where you're trying not to have sex and you're resisting the urges and you're retaining your sperm, I think is the word, isn't it? To get creative. Is that what you're doing, or are you still masturbating? Or is that too much of a personal question? Because I know some people, they are I don't really hold back on my questions, by the way. Some people who are celibate, you know, if you're doing it for like to channel energy and to get more creative, it's to do with semen retention, isn't it? Yep, you're right. See, how do I know these things? That comes from being an asexual dating and relationships coach and having some nice food. Don't forget to get food, people. This is a pecan pie bar. No, I just hold on to my seed. Oh my god. Yeah, semen retention, isn't it? Yeah. It's supposed to give you more energy, isn't it? And you put that sexual energy into other things, if I'm correct. I learn about all these type of things because I need to know them. This is beautiful. This has no sugar in it, apart from natural sugar. It's made with dates, pecans and almonds. Nothing else. And it is lush. It's very good for energy. I got these today when food shopping. Randy, yep, you're absolutely 100% right. See, I know my stuff. Sam, maybe that's why I've managed to create my created universe for so long. Yep, Sam, you hold on to your seed. Yeah. I think what you're doing, Miranda, is called nofap. Is that correct? I've actually got as a video to do. I met a guy on one of the channels recently. He was Indian, actually, on another channel, and he was doing nofap, and he wasn't asexual. I'm trying not to show you my mouth when I'm eating, but I'm going to eat because I need energy. Plus, asexuals love food. I love food. Yeah, the Western world is nofap. But this guy I saw doing it, he was Indian, doing it in India, and he was calling it nofap. He's been doing it for a long time. So yeah, because I came across his channel and said that he's damn cute. I'm like, I couldn't tell what you're saying. I said, I can't tell what you're saying, but you're damn cute. And he did come and comment on my channel, but then left again. He wanted to do some work with me. Channel ideas, but it's like, I'm not short of channel ideas. I'm on this channel every single day. I'm a very busy person. So I don't have time to like do that because I mean, I've got plenty of ideas usually. Actually, it amazes me. I'm like, I don't really understand how I have so much to say all the time. I'm like, I've been now streaming live. It's July 2018, 1st of July 2018, nearly every single day. I had to have a couple of weeks off, twice for chest infections, well, respiratory infections, but on the odd day here and there. And at the moment, I'm erratic with my times because of all the work I'm doing. But yeah, I'm like, that's a lot of content. You know, it'll be nearly two years soon. Next month, I've been live streaming, like nearly every day. That's a lot of content. So yeah. Anyway, Randa, well, that's good. At least you know how to control it. And at least you're not saying you're asexual, you're saying you're celibate, so that's good. But I know that Indian guys usually want children and marriage later on and stuff like that. Anyway, what's your business or your work you do? Oh, I have creative attraction, by the way. That's another thing I usually get attracted to Indian guys because they're very creative. Amongst everything else. Oh, I like the clothes they wear. And their intelligence. I just write a whole list, shall I? Give you a CV. So that's great. But yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, at least it proves that sexual guys can actually do that. You know, so because obviously with being asexual, sometimes we get told, you know, for the oh, you have a restaurant. Ah, Indian restaurant, I'm guessing. There's a guy in my city who's Indian who I see at the club sometimes, but he's very sexual. I mean, he's highly sexual. Too sexual for me. And he owns an Indian restaurant in my city, actually. He's definitely not celibate. He is 100% not celibate. And he's 100% sadly into sex in the most sexual way. He's a really highly sexual guy. He's the most sexual guy I've met there so far at the club, actually. I met 3 Indian guys and other guys, but he's oh, I met a Bangladesh guy though, didn't I, as well? The Bangladesh guy was highly sexual as well. So yeah. Yeah, it's a shame you're not in the UK. You could be down here. Sam can order an Indian and I can see you. Hope you have food, people, and drink. It's very important. I'm not allergic to nuts, but I'm allergic to a lot of other things. Like wheat and gluten. I can't have. Sugar. Megan has macaroons. That's great, Megan. Yeah, I hope. Oh, Randa asked what social media you use. I use YouTube, obviously. I use Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, but I'm not on there that much. Google. But usually Facebook's the one I go on most. Megan, I spent $16 for 6 of them at the mall. Is your mall open now? Yeah, some of the shops are quite a lot of the shops are open in the UK now. Not all of them though. Some of my cities still got shops closed. They've only just started opening shops in the UK since this Monday. Wow, that's a lot of money, isn't it, for 6? I don't know. In your country, is that a lot of money? But it seems like a lot of money. But wow. That's just really, really nice. It sounds just like delicious. I can't eat them because I've got food allergies. That's why I have to have stuff that's made of like natural fruit and nuts with no added sugar, no wheat, no gluten, no spelt or anything like that. A lot of the stores are closed, but quite a few are open. Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad you got some food. It's really important to have nice food. Do you know what I mean? It's important to have beautiful food. It also makes me laugh because when I eat food, more people around me that are asexual usually eat food because they're like, oh, if she's eating, I can eat too. Megan, $16 is a lot of money, but it's kind of worth it. Oh yeah, macaroons. I know what they are, just I can't eat them. Sounds lovely. I think it's really nice to have nice food. And I noticed a lot of asexuals, we love food because we're not into sex and food is just great, isn't it? It just makes you feel so good. I feel like I've got so much more energy when I eat lots of food. Like when I don't eat lots of food, I ain't got as much energy. And it's like I'm actually really like carbs because they give me energy. I know you're not supposed to say that, but you know, I just like it, you know. Sam, they are delicious yumminess. Oh, Randa, I myself is a foodie. Oh, that's good. You got a restaurant and you're a foodie. That's great. I love food, you know? Like, I often find it's really funny because there's girls that are really, really thin, right? And there's guys that are really thin, but some of them, they don't have any energy. They're thin, but they're thin, and it means they're tired and they need to get like tons of sleep and go to bed early and because they haven't got much energy. And it's like, and I think it's because they're thin, they don't have much storage of food in their body that they just use up all their energy. They don't eat as much, which keeps them thinner, but that means they haven't got as much energy because they haven't got reserves of energy, have they? Do you know what I mean? So I think that's why that they are, I mean, there was a heterosexual guy I dated the psycho one I told you about earlier, and he was like, "Oh, well, if you eat those, you're eating a whole bag of crisps." I'm like, "Yes, so." And he's being rude about, like, oh, you about putting on weight and stuff. I'm like, well, I'm happy with the way I am. Thanks very much. I was like, I'm not a skinny girl, but you knew that when you met me. And he's like really thin, right? And I'm like, but you have no energy. And I have loads of energy. He's going, yeah, I know. I'm like, so I'd rather have more energy and eat food than hardly eat any food like you do and have no energy. Because he used to eat like one meal a day or something. And it's like, well, I'd rather have more energy. Because I can't do things if I haven't got more energy. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't stay up and do this chat show if I didn't have loads of energy. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've been streaming now for like 2.75 hours. Sam, my stepdad's was a chef in the Navy, and my dad's a great cook, and my brothers and I all learnt cooking when young. That's really, really good. Randa, I am on NoFap till I become a billionaire. Ha 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 ha. Well, I don't know how far away that is for you. But yeah. So it's no good with an asexual person being with you then, because as soon as you get to become a billionaire, you'll just stop doing that, and then you'll want sex. It's no good. Absolutely no good. I hate sex. I'm really not into sex at all. No. Thank you very much. I'm not into. I'm not into a guy below the waist. I don't need to see that. It's not nice. It's a bit icky. It's like, no, thank you. No, thank you. It just looks like wizened potatoes, no offense, but it just does. It's just not nice. I know that's not how most women feel. Most women are like, give me a big one. I'm like, give me no one. Thank you very much. I'm not interested. Sam, my brother does the best macaroni cheese. I wondered what you were going to say about your brother then. It's fabulous. I've taught myself lots of new recipes the last few years. Oh yeah, you're really good at cooking, Sam. I'm looking forward to sampling your cooking one day. Yes, because I don't like cooking, as you know. I do cook for myself, but I don't like cooking. But I kind of know I'm best to cook for myself, because at least I know I can eat the food and I can get it quickly if I need it, and I don't have hardly any washing up because I use paper plates. Yes, people, I use paper plates. Practice makes perfect. I'll let someone else do the practicing. I don't want to do the practicing. I make perfectly quick food. I bung everything together. Get rid of plates, because I have paper plates. It's a big, huge top tip. If you want to save time in your life, get paper plates. It's less washing up. Less washing up means more time in precious life, and life is precious. So you should be saving time and buying paper plates. I get a 50 for £1, 50 party plates for £1, and that does the majority of a month. And then it just means that, I can chuck them in the bin. I have less washing up and I have more time in my life. Time is very precious. It's one of the commodities, or one of the things in life we will never get back. Sam, I cook my stuff from scratch: sauces, soups, stews, desserts, etc. I know you're going to have to cook for me one day, Sam, because you love cooking and I like eating. I know you would if you were down here. You already mentioned that, if you live near me. Cooking. I'm like, move down soon so you can cook for me. Well, I don't like washing up. You don't like washing up either. Okay, Randa can come and do the washing up. Oh, bless. Oh, I don't like doing the washing up. I just don't like. I think I'd rather do cooking than washing up, because I can just bung stuff in the oven without actually paying much attention. But I do have to wash up something. I've got to do washing up soon, because my washing up is piling up, and I haven't really got a knife and fork left to wash. I haven't really got a knife and fork left that's clean. Don't tell my dad that, who watches this channel sometimes. My parents are like, you don't do washing up. I'm like, no, I only do washing up for a few days. I'm not even in my kitchen. I don't go in there very often. It's like, why waste my life away in the kitchen? It's not suitable for me. Sam, I hate washing up, but it's better than drying up. Randa, laugh out loud, count me in. I just put it on the rack, so I don't bother drying up. I just let it dry naturally and then put it away. So I don't usually have to deal with that. I have the same problem with cutlery, huh? Yeah, I just I just usually leave my cutlery. I do actually wash, I don't like leaving it to dry naturally. Oh, I do. I do. As if you dry it on the tea towel can have bits on it. I actually find it's cleaner putting it on the rack. If I use a tea towel, it gets little bits of fluffy bits in it, like little static bits that are stuck on the tea towels. Even if I wash the tea towels, there's little bits on there and they come off on the plate, and I just wash it all again. I don't use plates anymore, but usually, occasionally I do, but usually I use paper plates unless I run out, and I haven't had a chance to go and get any more, but usually I don't run out. So yeah, I often find they have little fiber bits on there, and I just end up washing the stuff again, even with mugs, and so I don't bother with that now. It's like I don't really want to rewash everything. But occasionally, like if I'll get a tea towel for the bottom of a plate or the bottom of a bowl, if I'm using plates, excuse me. If I'm using bowls, because I do still use bowls, I'll like dry the bottom of them or the bottoms of the mugs. But most of the time I don't. Occasionally I will dry stuff, if I really have to. If I've done a major washing up and I need to do another washing up, like a second lot, then I'll have to go and wash up. Oh, I just don't like the things sitting on the drain board. I usually rinse things first when I use them anyway. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I mean, mine are not sat on the draining board for very long. But sometimes I do have to do it dry if I've got 2 lots of washing up to do. Randa, do I like movies? Yes, I love Disney, Pixar movies. I love superhero movies, some action thrillers, and I specialise in doing no sex movie reviews on this channel. So if you look at my channel, I've got a whole playlist of no sex movies because I hate sex and movies. I hate nudity. I'm nudity repulsed, actually, and I hate sex. So I don't want to watch any films with any sex in them or nudity. It's disgusting to me. So I watch lots of movies that have no sex, like the dance movies, like the Step Up movies. I'll show you actually some of the movies I like. Seems we're talking movies now. I'll move this and put this away now and turn this off. So yeah, let me get my movies out. Sorry, people, I've just gone off the thing. So I watched some of these type of things. I've actually done some reviews recently. Let me get some of my some of my movies out. So yeah, I do like movies quite a bit, as you can see. So these are some of the movies I like. Sam was just to point out movie reviews. Yeah. I do movie reviews regularly on this channel. No sex movie reviews. These are ones I've already reviewed already. But G-Force, that's really hilarious. So if you're bored at the moment, you can always go through my playlist as well, because you can see all these, and they got links to where you can get them as well. So G-Force, these are it's a really good movie with guinea pigs, really undercover spy guinea pigs. And then there's Aladdin. Me and Sam watched that at the cinema together. And this guy is stunningly gorgeous. I think he looks Indian, but he's not actually Indian. He's not Indian at all, but he's so beautiful. Look at him. He's so beautiful. It's like stunning. I think he's gorgeous. Sam thinks he's gorgeous as well. Ready Player One. I did watch that and I bought it, but I was a bit like, my mind's not quite good for that at the moment because of everything in the world. So it made it a bit weird, but it has got a horror scene in it. And I don't like horror. So I think that unnerved me a bit. I forgot it was in there. Aladdin is awesome. Yeah. Mina Masood. Oh, so lush. And then I like all these type of movies. All these dance sort of movies. Like, So look, dance movies. Step Up 2. Dance movies. More dance movies. That's the first one. Step Up. Like dance movies. I love dance movies because they got a romantic storyline, and I like doing sexy dancing despite the fact I'm asexual and don't want sex. And I love all these hip hop dancing, the music, the movement. I love hip hop music. I love dancing. Used to do dance classes, street dance, and then street dance 2. I love them. Megan, Ready Player One is great, but I don't think the weird I don't like the weird scenes in it. The shining bathroom scene. Exactly, Megan. That's the one I'm talking about. You know what it is. I completely forgot it was in there when I bought it. And that does really freak me out, the shining bathroom scene. It is very grotesque if you're not expecting it, and I completely forgot it was in it. And I hated all that weird scenes to do with the horror stuff. It was horrible. Randa, fantastic. Did you ever watch Bollywood? I do watch some Bollywood. I love the film. Randa, I love the film Street Dancer 3D. You know, the Indian versus Pakistan. You got Baron's Lush, you know. So yes, I watched the Indian versus Pakistan, you know, the Indian dance movie, which had Indian Pakistan guys in there. Oh, it's lovely. I could watch that every single day of my life. It's great. But I have watched some Bollywood stuff as well. I don't tend to watch the whole thing all the way through. So the Bollywood guys, a lot of them are a bit old for me. But I do watch some of them in some of the YouTube YouTube stuff. But I like younger foreign guys, like your age group, 25. You said you are. So if you are actually 25, then you know I like younger guys in their 20s. So the trouble with Bollywood is a lot of that stuff is like got older Indian guys. So I do think some of the Indian guys that are older are good looking, but it's like I wouldn't want to kiss them because they're too old for me. I like the guy in the Life of Pi. You know the guy in the Life of Pi? The young guy in the Life of Pi? Oh, he's beautiful. That type of guy. Boy Next Door look. Short dark hair, clean shaven. He's beautiful. Sam, I'm contemplating seeing Ready Player One. I saw it is on earlier Netflix or Amazon Prime at the moment. Well, you may as well watch it. Just be prepared. There is horror scenes in it. I think you still like it. The concept's good. Randa, yeah, I know that movie. Watch Three Idiots if you have time. Yeah, I don't have time to watch. I haven't watched a movie for a while. And I don't know what Three Idiots means. I presume that's a Bollywood movie, is it? I've never watched a whole Bollywood movie all the way through because obviously I don't understand the language, and a lot of the time, like it's too old for me. But I like dance movies, you know. So Street Dancer 3D was exactly the type of the type of film I like because obviously this is street. Your one in India is called Street Dancer 3D. This is our Street Dancer Street Dance 3D. You've got Street Dancer 3D. This is Street Dance British movie 3D that came out years ago. So this is the British Street Dance 3D that came out way before Street Dancer 3D came out in India. So you know, but it's like Doom Again. Like I like the song Doom Again. You know, the Indian song Doom Again. But I think that it comes from a film. But when I looked, I didn't watch all the film. It looked like I just liked the music. Sam, I've watched Chinese historical type films loads, all in Chinese. No idea what they're saying, but enjoyed the films. Street Dancer, a lot of that was in Indian talk as well, I think. But because I like Baron so much and the music, I think that was actually in Indian because I don't, or was it subtitled? I'm trying to remember if it's subtitled now. Actually, I don't think it was. Did I say it was subtitled? Or did I not? I think it had a few British words in it, but I don't think it was subtitled. I watched it on YouTube, Street Dancer 3D, and then they took it down. Like, I went to sleep and then it had gone down because obviously you're not supposed to have it on YouTube. Megan, have you ever seen Singing in the Rain? It has Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds. It was Frank Sinatra. No, Megan. I know about it, but it's too old for me. I like young, you know, I like these type of age guys, you know, the guys in their early 20s, like, you know what I mean? I like these type of movies, like hot, steamy, romantic street dance movies, even though I'm asexual. So no, I don't really watch older stuff. I mean, the oldest, okay, so in terms of older stuff, if I'm saying older dance movies I like, Strictly Ballrooms are probably like a really older one. That's probably like as old, but they're like the people in it, I think are they in their late 20s or early 30s, the main characters. And then La La Land I haven't seen, but it might have been all right. But that looked a bit old for me. But I haven't seen that. And then what was the other film? Dirty Dancing Grease. I love Dirty Dancing Grease. Oh, bless you. Randa, yeah, it's a cheap rip-off of it. Sam, you can usually put subtitles on, but I don't always bother. Megan, righty, I'm a huge musical fan. Oh, I do like musicals, but I just like not really from that time, if you know what I mean. I've heard about Sing in the Rain. You know, it's a very famous song, isn't it? I've not seen Grease. Everyone else seems to have. So yeah, Grease, Dirty Dancing. They're kind of the older films I like. But I like musicals, as in, like, I've been to the theatre. I like Phantom of the Opera. So I guess that I've actually got the modern day version of Phantom of the Opera on disc. That's like a modern film version. So I've seen Phantom of the Opera twice. I've seen like Stomp at the theatre. I've seen Thriller, Michael Jackson's Thriller. I've seen Wicked, which is like Wizard of Oz. I've seen Shrek the musical. That was really, really good. I've seen the Whitney Houston one, Bodyguard. I've seen that in musical. I've seen Starlight Express. I've seen the Lion King musical. I've seen Phantom twice. I think I said that. What else have I seen? Sound of Music. I've seen that on the theatre. I suppose that's an older film. Joseph and His Mate and Technicolor Dreamcoat. I've seen that on the theatre. I've seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That was really, really good. At the theatre. What else have I seen? Roald Dahl. I can't remember the Roald Dahl one I saw. I saw one of them. So yeah, I do love musicals as well. Randa, I like going on a bike ride. How about you? Oh, Randa, when I was younger and birth certificate age, I went on a bike ride, but now I don't because I got fibromyalgia. I don't know if you know what fibromyalgia is, but I manage it really well, so you wouldn't know I had it. I have fibromyalgia. It's an unseen disability. It's a chronic pain condition that affects the nerves and muscles of the body. Not particularly nice, but I manage it super well because most people with fibro don't have any energy. I have quite a lot, as you can tell. So I can't go bike rides because the worst affected area is my legs, like from my pelvis down my legs. And so it would hurt too much to go on a bicycle nowadays for my legs, like, you know what I mean? Because that's the worst affected area, like pelvis area down. So no, I do walk from one end of the city to the other if I need to, but I often need to go to the toilet as well. The fact I held it for 2.5 hours on here is pretty good because you have to go to the toilet every hour. So yeah, I don't go on bike rides at all because I can't go traveling like that. If I travel anywhere, I need to have a toilet nearby, and I have to have places I can eat because I get low blood sugar. But I've got so many food allergies and intolerances, so I need to like eat regularly. Like when I go to London, when I do visit London, there's like a Thai restaurant I go to that I'll travel miles on the tube just to go to this one Thai restaurant that suits my needs because they're really good at changing the menu. I can have something different because usually I eat the same foods over and over again a lot of the time. So they have to change the menu slightly for me, but they're really good. And even if I haven't been there for years, they still remember me. Megan, I can't stand Grease. My mum plays it all the time. Oh, I do actually like Grease. I think that's how come I like guys with short, dark hair, clean shaven, and I do actually like that type of look. You know, like jeans, white t-shirt, leather jacket, that type of, like the Johnny, you know, in it. Yes. And yes. And I like Sandy, Olivia Newton-John in it. I used to watch that all the time. Like, I watch more of these now because I'm younger now, so I watch these type of films, you know, with younger people in them now. I love street dance clothes. Like, I love street clothes. Like, I have clothes attraction. A guy who wears clothes like this, although he's got his head to the floor, you know, guy who wears street clothes like this is so good looking, you know. Like these guys, you know, that guy's a bit. I didn't like. I've already said before, I preferred this one to the second one. Right, the first one's much better. And even the people in there, the storyline's much better the first one. But like when these guys are wearing street clothes, I really like street clothes. I love street clothes. Sam. I enjoy musicals. I love Evita. I haven't actually seen that. I've got actually that on. I did have it on cassette tape years ago. I have no one to go with these days. Well, obviously, I would go there with you, Sam, if I could have the money to go up there. I enjoy musicals. I love Evita. I usually prefer to see them all in the theatres. At the theatre, seen loads. I mean, I have a theatre in Exeter, my city where I live. There's a theatre in Plymouth. There's a theatre in Torquay. So there are theatres near me as well. But yeah, I would go, but it's just I don't have the money at the moment. And obviously, at the moment, there's like not that happening anyway in the world. Megan, West Side Story is so great. So sad though. I haven't seen that. I actually am a very romantic person, but I don't usually watch romantic films unless it's like with dance. Like if it's a dance movie and it's got a romantic storyline to it at the same time, then I love it. But I don't usually actually go and watch movies that they're just called romantic comedies, for example, or romantic films. I've got 2 movies that are deemed as like romantic movies, and I've never watched them for years. I think I've only ever seen them once. And I wouldn't like something like there's one, is it Chicago? That's very sexual, but they haven't got many clothes on. I don't want to see that either. I'm like, oh, and Blood Brothers and Blues Brothers, it's not my thing either. Randa, the more I know about you, I fall even more for you. Tag crush for life. Oh, bless you. I don't actually get crushes because I don't experience platonic attraction, but lots of love. I appreciate you. Sam, I can treat you one day for my birthday. You're going to treat me for your birthday. That'd be great. That is your birthday. But yes, I would love that because I love the theatre. I get way too many crushes, says Sam. You're going to treat me for your birthday. I like that. I get a treat on your birthday. It's lovely. Megan, there's so much dance to it, but there's also a romance that blossoms between 2 unique characters. Oh, what is that in West Side Story? Ah, right, okay. Oh, yeah. I think most dance movies have like kind of a story. I like hip hop and I like hip hop dancing a lot. Street dance, hip hop, all that type of thing. Sam gets way too many crushes. I don't get any crushes. I go from having no feelings for someone to, oh, I really have romantic feelings for you right now and I've hardly known you 5 minutes. It's not a crush. It's like really romantic going on, like lovey feelings, like already. I was like, it's not nice. She just jumps from, I don't know you, to romance and love feelings. Woohoo! But I try not to say about love now. So it just goes from that to romance. But it could easily turn into the other thing that I don't want to even think about because I don't, I don't want to fall in love easily. I've stopped that. I've had to condition myself out of that. I have to condition myself out. That's very dangerous for me. But I don't get crushes. I just get straight romantic feelings. I fancy most of my friends in some way. I have some type of attraction for most of my friends, like romantic or intelligent or aesthetic, but an Indian guy is what I actually want in a relationship. Permanently. The right Indian guy. Megan, yeah. Sam, you clearly get my share. Yeah, you get all my share of crushes. So I don't it doesn't even enter my vocabulary for me. Like I had to obviously find out about what crushes and squishes were because I don't get them. I don't experience any platonic attraction whatsoever. Diddly squat, nothing. It's just like it's quite difficult though, as you know. For me, it's very difficult because I go from hi, I've just met you to hi, I really fancy you and I'd like to be in a relationship with you. Thanks. Not that it would be practical to do that. Not that I actually want to do that because it's no good for me. But in theory, romantic wise, I'd want to do that, but not in actual practical wise because it's no good because I can't just be with someone I don't know because that's just ridiculous and it makes me want to run the other way. Megan, getting crushes is normal for me too. I know, I'm the only one that full on wants to just snog a guy as soon as I see him if I really find him aesthetically attractive. That's not normal. I had this conversation the other day on one of my streams. Like, I get, can an asexual find someone hot? And I can find certain guys hot, but when I find them hot, I want to snog their face off. I don't want to have sex with them. And you know, like, I could, like, some guys I can just walk up to and kiss them, and because it's like they look beautiful, and I want to kiss something that is beautiful because it looks gorgeous. So why not? And so that's why in a club I can kiss guys I don't know easily, because I allow myself to do that now. Whereas before I was stopping myself, but now I'm just like, oh, if I want to kiss a guy, I'll just kiss a guy. I'm single, I can do what I want. So there's no guy that's actually good for me that's come into my life that's gonna actually serious commit to me. There's no actual guy that's interested in a relationship in the UK with me. So it's like, well, I'll just go and kiss some foreign guys in the club when I can do that and it's safe to do so, because why not? I can get my kisses because I need kisses, and I can just come back home and not worry about it and get on with my life and on with my day, having some nice kisses from different foreign guys. So it's like, yeah, well, I only used to have kiss from one guy in a night, but now I seem to be having kisses from more than one guy in a night. I'm like, oh well, join the party. But yeah, so I don't get any of that. But I think it's quite interesting that I could just go up and kiss some guys quite happily. Obviously, I don't just do that unless it's in a club situation and they want that. Usually, it's them come up to me. Sam, this is why I need you to get a giant teddy bear for cuddles, huh? Oh, this is why I need to get a giant teddy bear for cuddles. You do, Sam. Yeah, I know, you really like cuddling. Sam's really into cuddling, and I'm really into kissing. Like, most asexuals are into cuddles. I know that, right? I find it quite odd for a female that I am really into kissing more than cuddling. I mean, I don't think that's quite normal either, but I'm quite not normal, as you've gathered by now. But yeah, it's kind of strange, but I am more into kissing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I need to kiss. I get kissing sick. So I get like, I'm trying not to get like that though, because it's no good at the moment, is it? I can't do anything about it. But and I've been so busy focused on my work that I'm kind of not been thinking about that as much, which is really good. But I can get feeling sick because I haven't kissed for so long. Randa, I wish I could kiss you. Oh, you can come on this channel more often. It's a good job I can't see your face. It would make me more attractive to you, but because you're only literally a purple symbol, I can't get attracted really to a purple symbol. I'm sensing a ship. What, Randa's gonna come and jump on a ship and come and see me because they can't get on a plane? I don't go on a ship because I can't swim. They'd have to swim across to me. I like the little man, the little emoji Randa. That's really funny. Besides, I wouldn't meet up with someone I hadn't connected with on Facebook before and hadn't video chatted. It's my golden rule. A guy has to be prepared to connect with me on Facebook and video chat with me first, because I just do not meet strangers that I don't know unless they're in a club. And I feel safe with security guards around me, so I can knock them out if they get horrible to me. Sam, yeah, but I can only colour a relationship. That's only like 2 people. I would even give a welcome goodbye here. Yeah, but I can only colour a relationship. There's only 2 people I would even give a welcome / goodbye hug to. So Teddy it is. Exactly, Sam. I think you should get a teddy. Get a big teddy. It's really, really important. Randa, aye, Captain. But honestly, I think it's really important to have teddies. I love cuddlies. You bought me this, didn't you, Sam? This is my gorgeous. Look, I do sleep with this. This is beautiful. This is Sam bought me this for my birthday. Oh, it's good to practice kissing. Now I know why I haven't been so kissing obsessed, because I've got Eeyore to kiss. It needs to be gigantamog. I can't even pronounce that. Gigantamognon. I can't pronounce that. Gigantomogonous? I don't know. I have lots of little ones, but they are not big enough. Randa, I'm not on Facebook. Do you do Instagram? No, I don't do Instagram. You need to be on Facebook. That's the rules. That is the rules. Facebook, so I can see your profile. Facebook. Every person's really on Facebook. Every person's really on Facebook. I know you'll be on Facebook. Big laugh out loud. Yes, get a big one, Sam. A cuddly toy I'm talking about. Get a big bear. Get a big bear. Get a big bear. So you can cuddle the big bear. I actually have a big Eeyore, but it's massive that's up there. And I haven't actually got room to put it down. So I keep it on my wardrobe in the corner. I don't really use that one. I like the small eel. A gigantic and humongous. Gigantomongous. Well, if you saw my Eeyore, the big one I have, it's like nearly the size of a person. So that probably is gigantic and humongous. It probably is gigantomongous. Right. Oh my gosh. I feel like that's a big platypus, you know. I feel like the gigantomongous is like something like a platypus or something, you know, like from out the sea. I feel like it should be a nice word for a undersea creature. Do you know what I mean? It just sounds like an undersea creature. Would be really good. I think it sounds great. Or maybe it should be another new dinosaur in the 21st century. It reminds me, I like The Lost World. You know, The Lost World? That's a movie I've done a review about as well. Jurassic Park Lost World. That was really good. So yeah, it's very, very good. Anyway, I don't know if people are tired now. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes I've been streaming, but I think we should get some sleep, maybe. What does everyone think? Have we finished tonight for the chat, do you think? Or is there anything else we want to discuss? Sam, well, there is a oh my god, did you say it's such giganto I can't even pronounce it. Well, you're gonna have to give me some pronunciation lessons, Sam, on these things for my next stream or something. Well, there is a Gigantopithecus, which was an extinct giant ape. Wow. Randa, wait, let me change my pic. Why are you changing your pic? Oh, what you mean on YouTube? Is this so I can fancy you? I hope you're not just going to pick some random dude off the internet and pretend to be him. Because that wouldn't be much fun. Unless, of course, it was a guy off Aladdin. I'd be alright. Oh, just saying. I can't really pronounce that word, Sam, but it looks interesting. A giant ape. Maybe you should get one of them as a cuddly toy. And then, do you know what I mean? If you get one of them as a cuddly toy, then you can teach me how to use its name. But yeah, I think, Sam, that you should have a watch at Ready Player One. It is good because it's made a computer game. So I don't play computer games, but it's actually a really good film. But because of the horror stuff in it, it's a bit like, why stick all these horror scenes in the middle of a different type of movie? It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Sam laughed out loud. They were far larger than humans. I prefer someone my sort of height or a bit smaller. They were far. Yeah, on here you're changing it. Oh right, I thought you're changing it on Facebook. I'm sure you've got a Facebook account. I've mentioned it before on here about guys that say they don't have a Facebook account, and usually it very much isn't true. It's just that you don't want me to see it. To be quite frank with you, I need an honest guy. So yeah, he's willing to share his Facebook profile with me and to be friends with me on Facebook. So far larger than humans. I prefer someone my sort of height or a bit smaller. Yeah, I don't mind about height. Like my long term ex was like 6'3" and I'm 5'4.5". So as you know that I'm used to being with a taller guy. You know, I'm very short and I'm used to being with a taller guy that's like up here. But yeah, but I don't mind if actually the guy who's my last boyfriend last year, the short term boyfriend, because he was no good for me. He was the same height as me, roughly, pretty much. So that was interesting. But I don't mind. I don't mind if a guy's shorter than me or taller. It doesn't bother me. I don't get bothered by how my friend's like that as well. My best female friend, she doesn't like a guy who's like shorter than her usually. I don't know how tall her man is actually, because she's in a serious committed relationship now. So that I don't actually know if he's the same height as her or taller or shorter. I think he might be a little bit shorter. I'm not sure. Sam, I do know two people who genuinely don't have Facebook accounts in their 30s. Yes. There might be some people that don't have Facebook accounts, but I think most Indian guys at least have one Facebook account for their family. And a guy's 25 years old. Why wouldn't he have Facebook? Do you know what I mean? And especially if he's not asexual. Sexual guys usually always have Facebook accounts. It's how they talk to sexual people and how they chat them up, as I know, and how they like loads of sexual pages, which is why they don't usually tell me about their Facebook profile, because they're like, she can't see that. If she saw that, she'd see how sexual I was. I'm like, yep, that's the whole point. Do you know what I mean? I know all the tricks of the trade. And I know Indian guys, a lot of them have two profiles. They have one for their family and friends, and one for their family and friends that know their family, and then they have another one just their friends can see. You see, you do have Facebook. I knew you have Facebook. What did I tell you, people? This guy's got Facebook. Exactly. It's not telling me the truth, is it? See what I mean? You didn't tell me the truth. You lied. I can't trust the guy who lies. I'm going to look you up now, just because I'm going to look you up. I just don't like tall people relationship-wise. See, what did I say? I knew Randa had a Facebook account. What did I tell you? Why lie, Randa? What's the point? I got my old mobile number on it, so can't log in. I think my ex told me the same thing. And it's like, all you have to do is, I'm sure you're aware, because I don't think a female needs to tell you this, but if I really do, you always go, I can't remember my password. That then sends an email to your email address and you change your password. So I'm sure you can get back into your Facebook account. You know, I'm a tech girl. I know these things. You know what I'm saying? It's not true. You can get in there if you want. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know why you don't just tell me the truth. You know, everyone knows that you just reset your password. And Facebook allow you to nominate people now. Well, there's more than one person with your name. I know someone else who had that problem recently and has now managed to get into their account. Exactly. You can get into your account. I don't believe in excuses, Randa. You know, I like guys to be perfectly honest and upfront with me right from the start. And there's so many people. There are two people with the same name as you on here. So I wouldn't have a clue which person you are, or if you any of these people. What, you want me to show the whole world which one you are? Okay. So that's one of them. Saying time, bro. And then the other person with the snooker table. That's two of you. Which one are you then? What, the one with the snooker table? That's you. Why did you lie and say you didn't have Facebook? See what I mean? People who are watching this channel right now, both of them are you. And you have 2 accounts. See what I mean? And Sam was there thinking you were sweet and innocent and sticking up for you. Oh, you got to get rid of some tea. Okay. See, what did I say? Indian guys are always on Facebook and they usually have 2 profiles at least. Some of them have more than 2 profiles, people. So why lie? Do you know what I mean? I can't trust a guy who lies. Why not tell the truth? Why just make that up? It's just a waste of time. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously got things you didn't want me to see on here. But why make stuff up? I just don't get why people lie, but I can't trust someone who lies anyway, so I couldn't be within a relationship with someone who lies anyway. I just couldn't do that. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, I always know people don't tell the truth. Can screen record and show you laugh out loud. I don't lie. You said you hadn't got a Facebook account. You said I don't have Facebook, I have Instagram. See? Look back here. Up there. I'm not on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Sam, on the contrary, wasn't sticking up, just going, just pointing out that I know a small number of people that don't genuinely have it. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, but Randa wasn't one of those people. I know what they're like. I like Indian guys, but I know what they're like. You know? And actually, look, Randa, back here, I'm still in chat. I'm not on Facebook. That's a lie. You are on Facebook twice. The fact you can't get into it is not the same as I'm not on here. And, you know, anyone can get into Facebook if they want, like I said. Sam, nope, clearly. Exactly. They, you know, they clearly do, you know, they do have a Facebook profile. Which I need, and you got 2 as well. You've probably got more than that, but I can only find 2 at the moment. There's one here with a completely different, a little bit different name. I'm going to sort things right now. See what I mean? See what I mean? These people just don't tell the truth. Why do people not tell the truth? Why do people just lie? I can't trust someone who lies. Once you've lied, that's it. Ah, hello there, stalker. Well, actually, I'm not even on your page. I'm on someone else's page. And I'm hardly a stalker if you told me to go and find your 2 Facebook profiles after you told me you hadn't got one. So no, if you've got an invite to someone, and if someone says, let me see the profiles on there, basically, how can I be a stalker? You've told me to go and look at it. So that's not a stalker, is it? Nope. You lied. You're bad, not mine. So yeah, moving on. So yeah, it's very, very important that people tell the truth, because once they have told any sort of lie, they cannot be trusted again. That's just the way it is. It's not good. There's no need to lie about anything in life. No need to lie. No need to lie whatsoever. You know, if you're looking for a relationship with someone, you shouldn't lie to that person whatsoever. No little lies, no big lies, no lies whatsoever. And, you know, that's the way it is in life. I can't trust someone who says one thing, one little lie. They could be lying about absolutely anything else. It's no good. No point in liars. No point in lies. Waste of life. Because there are thousands of other people out there. Better yet, don't lie to anyone. Exactly, Sam. Don't lie to anyone. Do you know what I mean? It's like pointless. I don't understand why people lie at all. I'll keep that in mind. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, what's the point? It's just ridiculous. It's a waste of life. Absolute waste of life. And it's not nice on the people you do that to. You know? It's really bad. I always talk about that on my channel, but it's once someone's lied to me, that's it. I don't trust them now, and it's like, you know, if you ever meet a nice girl for you, don't say anything like that to her. Tell her the damn truth. You know, if you can't respect her enough to tell her a simple thing like that, just think about how the relationship would be. It would be absolutely, categorically no good whatsoever. You know, like any sexual orientation would be no good with. Because if the girl can't even trust you to say something honest like that, then what could she trust you with? Not anything, really. Do you know what I mean? Lies will always be found out eventually. Exactly. It didn't take me long. I even knew it wasn't telling me the truth. So I'm not stupid. Do you know what I mean? I know what Indian guys are like. I like Indian guys, but I know what they're like. Not honest, a lot of them, sadly. Not just Indian guys, quite a lot of foreign guys that aren't, period. But, you know, I don't like anyone who just tells lies. It's rubbish. I've got enough experience in life to know when people are not telling the truth. And people are not telling truth, sadly. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the fact you've got a symbol is hiding as well. But, you know, lots of people have symbols. It's a shame. Never mind. Never mind. But yeah, it's just lies will always been found out. But look how quickly I found that out. And I knew the person probably have more than one profile too. How about that for being right? Sadly. Anyway, I want to leave on a positive note. And the positive note is I want to thank everyone for being in chat tonight because I have absolutely loved the live stream tonight. I just want to thank everyone for being here. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you, Sam. It's lots of really lovely interaction with you. I hope you have a nice time with your families later. Do you know what I mean? So I hope that goes really well. And I hope everyone enjoyed the stream tonight. I want to say thank you to people that joined earlier, even from way back. So thank you to Eddie. Lots of love to you if you're still on the stream. Thank you to Megan. You've been amazing. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, Sam, obviously. And even though you didn't tell the truth, thank you, Randa. I'll say anyway. It's been really lovely to stream and to talk to you. Like I said, with ACEapp, if you are asexual, give it a go. Now you've got the report button on there. I think it's definitely worth trying if you've never tried it before. And I wish you a very, very good night. Lots of love. Thank you, Randa. Sam, say everyone, bye, Megan, the curse. Nice to meet you. Bye, Sandra, and bye, everyone else. Oh, yeah, Eddie, you mustn't forget. Bye, Randa. Bye, Sam. Lots of love. Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that great big bell button if you haven't already subscribed already to get notified every time I go live like now, post a new video. Take care. Bye. Lots of love. Bye.